so good. I absolutely love that song. So good. I should have known. That should have been the giveaways. Like, oh my God, I never knew they were Mormons. Like, Clara, they mention Jesus all the time. And I'm like, do they? It's like, yes, all the time. I was like, I just thought they liked to talk about God. It's like, I wonder why they like to talk about God, Clara. Who knew? Who knew? Oh, stop. I love the Killers though. Like, I like one like song that will always get me in a good mood is Human. Great tune. And then, The Calling, the second tune I played. Like, I have seen them 5 times, and you know what? I'll see them 5 more times as long as his voice can keep up. Oh man. If you're a fan of the Killers and you haven't seen them yet, but you still want to see them, I would highly recommend, as someone who's seen them 5 times, that if they come to play in your area, make sure that you catch them on like a 3-day break and go to see them first. Like, let's say they're playing in London and they play London on the Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they play in Manchester. They play Manchester on the Sunday. Go see them in Manchester on the Sunday. If you're close to Manchester, if you're between Manchester and London, go to see them in Manchester, because let's say they play London on the Wednesday, but they play Paris on the Tuesday. Don't see them that day because his voice will be fucked. His voice is so bad now. I saw him on the second day of the Irish tour, and that was the first time I saw him on a second day, and his voice was absolutely fried, and he couldn't hold any long notes. So after that, I was like, we're not going to see them on the second days anymore. Mam was like, yep. So last time Mam saw them, last year, I think it was, she saw them on the first day, and my cousins didn't listen to her, and they went to see them on the second day, and they said it was so bad. And my mom was like, well, that was great. I got something in my eye. I think I got it. Do you like the corset? Do you like it? It's the new one. It's so nice, lads. Lauren. Look, isn't it so pretty? Isn't it so pretty? It was so hard to get into this by myself. It was, because on Saturday, I had Ferry to do up the back for me, but I had no one to do up the back for me. So I had to kind of shimmy my way into it, which is impossible when you got 2 massive watermelons. Well, not watermelons. I'd say grapefruit. When you got 2 massive grapefruit hanging off your chest, trying to get into not a non-stretchy corset is really hard, because you can't have the back completely open up, because how are you supposed to get the back in? So you have to kind of have it just hanging so the strings can let you in. It was so hard. And then I had to pull them all by myself. Oh, it was so hard. It was crazy hard. It's just more of a reason for me to want to lose more weight. I am not eating anything right now except for watermelon, sugar-free Monster, salad, and a form of protein every day. I am going to be so good until I hit 58 kg. My next goal, come hell or high water, is 58 kg. I'm going to be so good. You don't have maids? Poor people problems. You have maids? Really? I was gonna make a joke about the Sami people, but I said I wouldn't do that. I said I wouldn't do that. Oh, I don't know why this week kind of feels tight today, but it does. Maidenless. Maidenless? It's the new form of maidenless. It's the poor version of it's the poor version of maidenless. Maidenless. Wait, you go to Zero Sugar Monster? What's your go-to? Oh, what's my go-to? Just the original. I like the original. I seen Parkway Drive. He ruptured his voice and continued to sing until he physically couldn't sing, physically bleeding from mouth. But as a fan, do you actually want him to do that? Because it's just going to destroy his voice. And in the long run, he's not going to be able to sing as good because of the damage that he's doing to his vocal cords. So as a fan, if I was going to see a favorite band, I would rather them stop the gig and I wouldn't call that dedication. I don't call that dedication. That's self-harm, if anything. Oh God. Honestly, a few weeks ago, I tried to get into Slaughter to Prevail. I couldn't. I think Alex Terrible has amazing vocals, and the range that he has with his screaming is amazing. But no, could not get into their music. I thought it was just kind of weird. Just weird is the word I'd use. As a musician, that's the opposite of dedication. I agree. That's just self-harm. You're just messing up the bag by doing stuff like that. It just feels like you're just self-sabotaging. It's I wouldn't call it like, dedication. It's just self-sabotage. If I was like his friend, I'd be like, no, stop. What song did you try? That definitely plays a part. I listened to all of their top songs on Spotify, 1 to 10, and I gave their newest album that they performed at Tuska. I listened to all the songs they played at Tuska, and I listened to their top 10 songs on Spotify, and I don't like them. I think they're kind of cringe. It just isn't for me. Don't like it. I'm trying to think of like something that they sound like they just sound like try hard mix of old Suicide Silence meets Viking metal. Is that the kind of idea they're going for? Because that's what I get. That's what I got. I was like, this just makes me want to go and listen to Suicide Silence. Old Suicide Silence. Because it had very much a lot of deathcore vibes to it. But it also had Viking metal to it, too. I miss Suicide Silence as well, yo. So do I. But that was what I got from it. It doesn't matter if they're Russian or not. Russian people can do Viking music. Like one of my favorite southern gothic bands, that's the genre, is Icelandic band. Yeah. So it doesn't matter where you're from. You can do whatever music genre you like as long as you're good at it. And the band I'm talking about, the Icelandic band, is Kaleo. Great band. I loved their first album so much. You wouldn't think that they were Icelandic. Now I have them stuck in my head. Fuck. Children of Bodom. Isn't that the one where the lead singer tried to... No. Which was the one where the lead singer hired a hitman on his wife? Was that Children of Bodom? No. As I Lay Dying. That was the one. That was the one. That was wild. That was wild. Come from the Swedish. The name comes from the Swedish Vikings that migrated nowadays Russia, actually. The name Russia. Really? There you go. But that was a little bit of a tangent. I don't even know how we got onto that tangent, but tangents! I love tangents. Good morning. How is everyone on this Monday? Where's everyone watching from today? We got Finn, we got Yanne, we got Lauren, we got Tommy, we got Juice, Richard, Flynn, Sunny Belfast. Jesus. I didn't know they were allowed. No, Belfast is actually nice. I did get robbed in a charity shop though, literally. My favorite freaking scarf. It was so cool. It was like this really cool multicolored scarf, and it had these really nice dark tones into it, so it only really showed all its multicoloredness when it was like in the light. It was beautiful. I love that scarf. And I was in Belfast doing a thrift haul, because if you don't know, Belfast is really good for thrift shops. So I was up in Belfast doing a thrift haul. I was upstairs, and I know exactly where this charity shop is. If I ever get big, I'm going to call out that charity shop for robbing me. So I was upstairs in the charity shop, and I was looking at clothes, and we went downstairs to pay for said clothes, right? I had a few garments on me that I really liked. Like, you know, I was carrying them downstairs to pay for them. And this girl really loud shouted, "Cash only. We don't take Republican cards." I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean you don't take Republican cards? All the cards are the same. I was so confused. So me and my ex at the time, we didn't want to cause anything. And he saw an ATM literally like 5 seconds down the road. So I swear to Jesus this happened. I swear to Jesus this happened. Ronan, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. You're an absolute Bior. So went down to get some cash. It was like €20 in cash. £20, sorry, in cash. So went back up to the shop to pay for said clothes, because I said I'll leave them here and they'll be fine. So I was literally gone 5 minutes tops. So went in, bought the clothes, and then my ex turned to me. He's like, "Where's your scarf?" Because it was cold outside. And I was like, "Oh shit, my scarf. It's probably upstairs." Went upstairs to get said scarf. It was gone. I was like, "Where's my scarf?" Because I thought maybe they thought that since there was no like tags on the clothes, because it was a charity shop, they probably put it away, thinking that, you know, it's like, you know, just a piece of clothing from the shop. So I went downstairs and I was just like, "I'm sorry, but have you seen this scarf?" Because we were there to shop, and it was my first time in Belfast. I'd taken, thankfully, a lot of pictures of myself, like, you know, standing in front of like the center, like, you know, Stormont, standing in like the really pretty streets in Belfast, and so I literally had my outfit that I was wearing in the picture, and the girl was just like, "No, we wouldn't stock something like that." What are you talking about? This shop would totally have clothes like that in there. I was freaking. I was just like, "No, girl, no, you would. Like, all the clothes here look like you would." Oh, I was so angry. I was like, literally, I'm going to post this online. You've robbed my scarf. There's no one else in here. Like, we were just outside and we came back in. And she was just like, "You literally can't prove anything." I was like, "Fuck you! Fuck you! You fucking stole my scarf!" I was so angry. I grabbed the stuff I just paid for and I just, like, I nearly broke the glass going out the door. Like, on the door. I nearly broke it going out. I didn't care. I was so angry. And my ex was literally he was like nearly killing me. He was like, please do not start something in Belfast. Please do not start something in Belfast. You are going to get us in so much trouble. Don't start anything. And I was like, I was so angry. He was like, you are going to get us in so much trouble. I am not getting put in the police fucking... Oh, it was very bad. It was very bad. He was giving out shit to me, dragging me down the road. I was so angry. But yeah, that was the one time I was in Belfast and I was robbed. Because I'm a fucking Republican. And I got my freaking scarf robbed. God. We aren't all like that. I don't doubt that you're not all like that. But that girl, she was so mean. And I wouldn't mind, but I wasn't in a unionist area. Because the guy that I was with, he regularly was in Belfast and Derry. Because his mum was from Derry. So he was like, we can go up this street, but we can't go up this street. And I was like, why not? And he's like, you open your mouth up that street and we're getting stabbed. And I was like, my accent isn't that noticeable. And he was just like, yes, it is. Because he could put on a Derry accent. But here's me over here sounding like the culchiest culchie that ever did walk off the farm. 2 words and I'm dead. But no, it was lovely. It was lovely. Besides getting robbed, it was lovely. You mean free tattoo? Oh, I love that. How did she know you were a Republican? My voice. Oh, sorry, you're probably American. Republican in Ireland means you're from the Republic of Ireland. And you can hear it. And Harley, thank you so much for the 5 subs, dude. You're an absolute legend. Cheers, you absolute doll. Mwah. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you. Sorry, I was in my rant. If you ever come hit me and I'll show you the real Belfast. Real Belfast. No, lads, Belfast is actually really nice. It's actually really nice. I would highly recommend if you go to Ireland, if you want to go to a really, like, people always go to Dublin when they come to Ireland. But what I would actually really recommend you do, if you want a nice city vibe, just don't go to Dublin at all. Like, Dublin Airport, straight to Belfast. It's a 2-hour drive, and you will get to see a really beautiful city. Dublin is not a beautiful city. I do not think it is at all. I'm sorry if there's anyone here watching from Dublin at me, but no, it's not nice. It's dirty. It's rotten. You just don't get to see any architecture, I think, as beautiful as you would in Belfast. And then you can go do other places in Northern Ireland. I just think Dublin is a fucking hole. Sorry. Everyone knows Vilnius in Lithuania. If I was to go to Lithuania, I would go to the capital. But yeah, I just don't know anywhere else in Lithuania. Isn't Dublin where the New York portal is? I mean, the New York portal that was shut down because too many people were showing their wieners and their hoo-has and their boobies. That one. No, I did not go to see the Titanic. I'm not a Titanic person. She's wearing a wig. She is wearing a wig. Just found your stream. I like your accent. Where did you find me? Where's the Aviva? Dublin. Are you asking that so that you can go to a match? Why'd shut down? I like some of those things. Why did what shut down? How was Sonic 2? Oh, yeah. So if you weren't here on Saturday night, we watched... well, on Friday night, we watched Sonic, the first movie. And has anyone here seen Sonic? You're bored of the bullshit and unsafe energy in the UK. Don't go to Dublin! It's same energy. Dublin is not safe. It hasn't been safe for a long time. So it was my first time on Friday night watching the Sonic movie. There was no reason I didn't watch it. It was just because I didn't watch it. I really want to go to the Six Nations as well. If you end up going to the Six Nations in Dublin next year, maybe there's some way that we can maybe there's some way we can meet up for a match next year, because myself and Dad want to do a few of the Six Nation matches. So maybe there's a way that we can meet up for one of them, Kieran. We'll strategize closer to time. But so we watched the first Sonic movie last night. Not Friday night, and it was my first time seeing it. There was no reason why I hadn't seen it. It's just I hadn't seen it. It was actually really good. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good movie. It had enough adult humor in it that it would keep the parents entertained just as much as it was keep the kids entertained, which is something I really think not a lot of movies do well anymore. Like, that's why I love Adventure Time, because there's just as much adult humor in it as there is kid humor. So if the parents have to watch it, there's no problems. That's why I like SpongeBob. That's why I like Fairly Odd Parents. Like, there's humor for everyone. There's layers to the humor. So it was actually a really good movie. Is this the blue? Yes, it is. It is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, no? It's beautiful. I really liked it. If I was to rate the first Sonic movie out of 10, I'd give it a solid 8.7. It was good. So I was like, since the first movie was so good, let's watch the second movie. And everyone was like, yes, I love the second movie. Let's watch it. That was so bad. They just didn't follow the same algorithm as the first movie, and they just made it so silly. I was so let down. My eyes started to glaze over after 40 minutes. It's awesome to finally see an Irish streamer. As an Irish person, I don't tend to see many Irish influencers. I'm here, baby. I'm here. And I appreciate as much Irish support as possible, genuinely. But yeah, I was quite disappointed with the second movie. Is anyone going to prove me wrong or fight me on my claims that the second movie was shite? I didn't like it. It's like as soon as Tails came in, it just became cringe. Genuinely, as soon as Tails came in, it just got cringe. Everything up to when we met Tails, I was just like, this is good. Then I was like, this is grim. But yeah, no. So, do you want to do a poll or a goal to watch the third movie? What made it cringe to you? Just everything. I mentally checked out after the Russian dance-off. It just felt like I was watching a movie with my 5-year-old sister. It was just, yeah. It wasn't it. You see the new Superman. I did. It was so good. I went to see Fantastic Four yesterday as well. Has anyone seen that yet? And if you're watching on YouTube, please come and join us on Twitch. If we get 30 more people to join us on Twitch, I'll do a fit check. What time is it for me? Currently, it's 3:45 p.m. The thing about Knuckles taking everything literally like Drax and Guardians of the Galaxy was off-putting. I didn't care. I was mentally checked out. I was mentally checked out of that whole movie. Was it fantastic? Um, it was really good. It was really good. Um, Honestly, my first hot take of the day. Has anyone here seen it? The new Fantastic Four, First Steps. I'd say 7.5 out of 10. The thing that I would say about it is I felt that it was the Mr. Fantastic and Susan Storm show. Nothing, no one had any deep character development. And it was kind of like an overreach of the entire story. Nothing was below surface level. Mr. Fantastic is a genius with anxiety. Susan Storm is a mother figure. Johnny Storm is a bad boy. And Ben is a sweetheart that was just left on the sidelines. That was it. Like, I personally think that it would have made probably a really good TV show if it was 12 episodes long and each episode was an hour. Because then it could have gone into depth on all of the characters. It could have gone into depth on the storyline. It could have had more in depth on the villains, on the Silver Surfer, on her backstory. I really wanted more from Ben. Ben got literally no lines, and I thought he was so funny, and he was such a sweetheart, and I wanted loads more from Ben because he was just great. I loved him so much in it, but he got no screen time. What do I think of Galactic? Nothing was really said on Galactic. He was completely surface level supervillain. That was it. Like surface level. That there was nothing said on him. I really liked the Silver Surfer too, but again, we knew nothing about her because they didn't go into depth on anyone. It was really like, it was disappointing in that sense. But that's my opinion. The whole movie was cookie cutter. Weren't at each other's throats like every other movie. They had more of a bros thing. The Fantastic Four doesn't have many good stories. I actually really liked the Fantastic Four when I was younger, and I really liked the series. I watched it a little bit, the old one. It is very cookie cutter. And I felt like this movie was much more close to the old TV show than the 2004 movie was. I thought the 2004 movie was much more Marvel, and this one was more true to the TV show. But it was fine. It was fun. Fun. Nothing great, nothing special, just fun. Happy Gilmore. Nope, I haven't even seen the first Happy Gilmore. I always thought it was a bit strange. Should I watch it? The reason why I didn't watch it is because I don't like movies where people make a joke out of autistic or mentally challenged people. I don't find it funny. I just find it the definition of, like, my face the whole movie is just You're not missing much. Adam Sandler has a bunch of teenage boy humor. In another life, can you play Poppy? I have played Poppy. Ick. I don't know. Ick. Maybe ick is the word. I just no. You're thinking of Waterboy. Am I? I don't know. I haven't watched any of his old movies. Well, many of them. What's Happy Gilmore about? Yeah, I know it's the golf one, but what's the story of it? I need to look up the story of this. Retired hockey player plays golf to save his mom's house. Nope, I haven't watched it. Should I watch that? Waterboy was the one. The whole plot was basically an excuse. My language. Oof. Yeah, no. Okay, I was just mixing both of them up. Okay. Will we make that the next movie then? Do you want to watch Sonic 3 or do you want to watch Happy Gilmore? I haven't seen either. The sequel kind of sucks. No, I do know Happy Gilmore. I just don't like a lot of Adam Sandler's movies because I just think they're kind of silly. And I don't have that kind of humor. I prefer dry humor. I don't like cringe humor a lot. We'll let the chat decide. Please vote in the Twitch chat what you want to watch next. I'm trying to think of what would I find funny. What would, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think what would be my definition of a really funny movie. I don't know. I'm trying to think like what's my favorite I don't like. I'm trying to think of like my favorite comedy and I can't think. What everyone chat, what's your favorite comedies? Because I can't think of mine right now off the top of my head. Like no one should be forced to see Adam Sandler movies. Oh my god, Blazing Saddles is so fucking funny. Stop. Oh my god, I love Blazing Saddles so much. That's a fucking good movie. If you haven't seen Blazing Saddles, watch Blazing Saddles. Let me see. Best comedy movies of all time. Okay, apparently Monty Python. I don't like Monty Python movies. Does anyone here agree with me? I hate Monty Python movies. Blazing Saddles is actually apparently rated the third best comedy movie of all time. So I guess I do have taste. Let's look up. Let's look it up. Okay, let's see. Of all time. IMDb's. Let's see. Okay. I don't like. Does anyone here like Monty Python movies? I'm like, one way or the other with them. Don't know any of these. I don't trust IMDb a lot. I think IMDb is like Dumb and Dumber is funny. Okay, I don't know any of these. Like, I think IMDb is just for people who are full of shit. Does that make sense? Apparently, these are the top comedies. I don't believe that either. Jesus. I guess none of us have any taste because I don't remember anyone saying these. Essential comedy movies to watch. Best comedy movies of all time. First time catching the Twitch. Salutation. Salutation. Princess Bride is comedy? Like, really? Yeah? Okay, so we're starting at the bottom with this list. I mean, that movie's fine. I wonder what's at the... Okay, so that's fine, I guess. Mean Girls, so good. I don't know, would you count Mean Girls as a comedy? I know Mean Girls inside and out. Like, I literally... This is like the Bible. I know it inside and out. The whole thing. Great movie. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it. Yeah, these... I don't know these ones. Oh, I know that one. Haven't seen it, though. I don't really like him too much. I just don't think he's funny. Anchorman. Oh, I love Anchorman so much. Anchorman is such a good movie. That I can also quote inside and out. This is supposed to be a good movie. I haven't seen it, but I didn't think it was a comedy. I thought this movie was very, like, supposed to be a drama, but haven't seen it. Haven't seen it. What? Too cringe, I think. Oh. My dad loves School of Rock. Do you know how many times I had to sit through this movie just to keep my dad happy? I was like, oh my God, stop. Oh, I know it off by heart just because my dad watched it a million times. And the worst thing is, I think he liked watching it because he thought I liked watching it, but I didn't like watching it. So he kept watching it thinking I was happy, but I didn't want to upset him. You know? Haven't seen that. Don't know it. It was all fake. Does anyone here like Ace Ventura? I never found Ace Ventura funny. I feel like it's really hit and miss for me with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey can either be really funny or just insanely cringe. And I feel like in this one, it just came off as like insanely cringe. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of American movies here. I don't like that movie. I'm sorry. These are very much all American so far. I want to scroll to the bottom. Okay, we're in the top 10. Monty Python! At least there's one UK movie there. Team America, number 8. I love Team America, though. How can you not? Hey, Ferry, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're actually so close to the goal. 1 second, look. 98. Look, 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 look. 289. 289, baby. 289. We need 11 more subs, and then I will lose my freaking mind. 11. 11 more individual people. But no. Team America, great movie. I don't care what anyone says. We need another. We actually should be getting another Team America movie, because America hasn't been laughed at this hard in the media since 2004. Oh my god, you literally had a 20-year like rotation on America being laughed at very highly again. So like, I think we deserve another Team America movie. Hashtag just saying. Oh my god, Vash, dude, Roden, thank you guys so much. And I do appreciate the subs, but it has to be people individually subbing to my channel, like how Schultzy just dropped a tier 1 sub. That's what I mean. Those are the kind of subs that we need. And now we need 10 more people like Schultzy to drop a tier 1 sub. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I don't know. Any Groundhog Day? Really? Really? 5th best comedy? I thought that would be a drama. No? Life of Brian. Gentinale, thank you so much, but unfortunately Prime subs don't count. But thank you, I really appreciate it. Airplane, really? Does anyone actually know that movie? I don't. If I did tier 3 sub. Oh no, the tier 3 sub is gone. That was only for July. That the bikini shoot was only for people who subscribed in July. Sorry. Home Alone? Didn't see it on the list. It was probably mixed within the top 50. But that I was not going through all that. No way. Rocky Horror? That's not a comedy. I wouldn't count that as a comedy. I count that as a drama. 100% a drama. I'm trying to think. Ferry, what's my favorite comedy? Yeah, no, it's the list of best comedies. Your, I didn't see any of your favorites. Ferry's favorite comedies are my favorites as well. Like Step Brothers, Anchorman. I'm pretty sure he likes Ace Ventura, but I don't like Ace Ventura. I'm just trying to think, like, I can't think of what my favorite comedy would be. I can't think off the top of my head. You did sub 3 in July. Did you message me, though? On Discord? Everyone was supposed to. I said it a few times. White Chicks. Great movie. Great movie. Great movie. Blades of Glory. Great movie. Absolutely love that movie as well. Some really good movies. I'm going to change the IRL goal to the... What am I doing? Stream. Thank you guys so much for the subs. If we make it, I love you guys so much. In White Chicks I love Terry Crews is so good. He's a man. He's some man for one man. Okay, wait. So 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2. Three, 7, and we're at 15. So let's say 1, 2, 80. If we reach 1280 by end of day, we'll do Sonic 3. There we go. Make it an easy one. 21 Jump Street's so funny. I love 21 Jump Street. Oh shit, did you see that The Devil Wears Prada is actually getting a second movie and they're actually shooting it in New York right now? Is your hair real? No, it's a wig. I didn't know that. I literally saw a video of someone catching Anne Hathaway like in character. I am absolutely so excited. I love The Devil Wears Prada. That's like one of my favorite movies. I love that movie so much. I think Ferry hadn't seen it until he moved in with me or something. Because I was like, I can't believe you haven't seen that movie. Such a good movie. Can't wait for the second one. Fairy Love's not another teen movie. We feel like that movie should watch Working Girl. It's a bit old, but it's really good. I haven't watched any movies in so long. I'm just super busy all the time. Like I was late to stream because I was literally getting hot takes together before stream. I just, all I do is work, unfortunately. But someone's got to do it. If you want to grow, you got to work, baby. You got to work. Okay. So, does anyone have any hot takes for us today? I have a few hot takes I've written down. Any TV shows I like? Like right now? As in right now? Or as in like my favorite TV shows? The only TV show that I'm watching right now is Love Island UK. Don't even judge me. I don't care. It's my shit TV. I'll watch my shit TV and I'll enjoy my shit TV. Top 3 TV shows, go. Geordie Shore, Misfits, and I'm trying to think of another TV show. I can't think of a third one. My top 2 off the top of my head would definitely be Geordie Shore for shit TV and Misfits for a really good TV series. They didn't take away the best character. What happened with your man, Robert Sheehan, is he's actually a horrible person to work with. And he has an extremely massive ego. And he said to the director, if they didn't start paying him more money, that he'd walk. So they said walk. How could you like Love Island? I love Love Island. I think it's just pure shite TV just to turn off. Yes, I am reading chat. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something. And no, I don't watch Jersey Shore. I watch Geordie Shore. I don't like Jersey Shore. I think Jersey Shore might be the original, but it's not as good as Geordie Shore. Misfits is probably my all-time favorite show. Do you actually like Misfits? Oh my god, that's great. Who's your favorite character? I love Misfits so much. You do Shameless. I like the American Shameless. I don't like the UK Shameless. The UK Shameless feels way too realistic. The American Shameless feels like a comedy. But the UK Shameless, it just feels like you're watching a super fucking depressing show. I can watch like those kind of shows, but after a while, I kind of just go, fuck, if I really just want to fucking experience this, all I have to do is get a fucking train to the center of London. If I really fucking want to, like, I just don't know. I think it's too bleh. I can't tell if those kinds of shows are real or fake for views and drama. Also, 100% for views and drama. Like, I'm a bit behind in Love Island right now. So, the things that I'm like a month behind. I watch it every night when I do my walkies. So when I do my 10,000 steps, I watch 2 episodes of Love Island because the 2 episodes of Love Island are about the amount of time it takes to do an hour and a half worth of walking. So it works out for me because I get to look at these, like, really skinny girls and I just go, inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. They're stupid, but they got the bods. So that's me. But where was I going with that? The girls are so old looking. Like, if you saw me right now, I'm not trying to blow fucking smoke up my own ass, by the way. But looking at me right now, and if you saw any of the girls on the show, you would think I'm younger than them. Like, let me see if I can find any pictures. 1 second. Okay. So look at her. Look at her. She's 24. That's crazy. So you won't be able to guess the next girl's age because it won't be on. No, that's one of the lads. What age would you put her as? Honestly, what age would you put her as? She's 26. I would put her as, if you were asking me honestly, I would say she's 28, 29. What age would you put her as? Honestly, just don't try and be mean. Just like, if you saw her on the street, what age would you think she is? If I saw her on the street, I would think she's 35. 35-ish. There's no way I'd say 28. No way. I'd say 35. Like, just by her face, I would never put her lower than 30. She's 24. I can't get over that she's 24. Like, I see her every night, and I'm just like, how are you 24? That's actually crazy. The amount of filler she probably has, like. Have a good day shopping. Oh, this is the American girl. I like the American girl. I think this is Fairy. This is the girl that I told you she's an absolute bull. Like, you know, she's no bullshit. She will tell you exactly what she thinks. What age would you put her as? I think that's a terrible photo of her. Terrible photo. It makes her look really small when she's actually a pretty tall girl. She's 24. I thought she was 29. Until right now, when I saw her age, I thought she was a 29-year-old. Whoever did this photo of her, they should be taken out and shot. If I saw this photo as my photo of me, I would be so angry. I can't even do that. How do you do that? How does her smile reach all the way up here? I don't know how she does it. She's 22. I don't know how her mouth does that. You think there actually is a lot of Photoshop? I promise you there isn't. I promise you there actually isn't a lot of Photoshop on these girls. They all look like that. I'll show you pictures of them after this, but they do all look like that. It's a lot of fake tan. She looks like she's starving. She's 29, actually. She's the same age as me. What age would you put her as? I'm telling you, there is no Photoshop in this picture. That's what she looks like. I promise you, there is no Photoshop in that picture. I don't even like that girl, and I'm telling you, that's what she looks like. I think she looks pretty in that picture. I think they did do her dirty in that one. She's 25. She looks like she has 3 kids, and she's like a school teacher. She's 25. How are they looking so old? Too much work? And I think it's the aesthetic that they're going for. I don't know. Yeah, she does look like a soccer mom with 3 kids. Yeah, this has been dragged. It doesn't actually say her age for me. 28. I think she actually looks younger than 28. Uh, she's 30. I'm looking for. Oh. 21. 21. I'm not trying to be rude, but I genuinely think I look younger than her. If you were to put us in front of like 50 people, I would wonder how many people think I was younger than her. Just because she's 21 and she has really bad pillow face. And if you don't know what pillow face is, it's when you've had way too much filler put into your face and the filler starts to like puff up your features. You can see it like here in the forehead area and kind of here. Like the lads look good. The lads all look like that. I know you think they look Photoshop, but the lads actually do look like that. Well, okay, last one. What would you put her as? Now, come on, remember, they're younger than they are. She's 24. But I swear, I look at these girls. I think she's actually the only one that might look close to her age. This picture is doing her absolutely no justice, though. Like, I don't know if it's the pose, but I thought this girl live is the girl who looks closest to her age, and she's actually a really nice girl. This is the Portuguese girl, Ferry, that I tell you about. That's actually really nice. She's 23. I don't think she looks 23, though. She looks like 30 in that picture. But she's a really nice girl. That girl is 22. That girl is 26. 24. I think they just look insanely middle-aged. I don't know how they look so middle-aged, but like, is it because of is it because of sun damage? Is it because of too much filler? Like, is it because they want to look a certain way that makes them look older? You think makeup is 50% of the problem? Really? Really? But they're not wearing a lot of makeup. Actually, do you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? You know that one girl who, like, 1 second, let me find her. There is one girl here who I've seen without makeup once. It showed a little bit of her without makeup, and I was like, oh my god, she looks so much better with no makeup on. She looks like a completely different person, and I didn't think it was possible. This girl, she looks really actually pretty with no makeup on. I actually was like, wow, oh my god, when the makeup is gone, she looks proper nice. But they'd never do it. That's why the boys look closer to their real age. They don't have makeup. I think the boys look old though too. Like, some of them I don't think look their age. And they kind of, I was kind of like, wow, that's 26. But I can't read age. I'm very bad at reading age. But I don't know, the bottom line might be, don't go out in the sun and destroy your skin. I prefer natural beauty. I can't date someone who looks like a completely different person at night. I'm sorry, that makes me cringe so hard. Like, I don't care if a person can walk into a room and walk out of a room and completely change how they look in the space of a few hours. I think that's talent. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. You completely changed. That's mad. That's what I do. That's why I have so many different, like, wigs and stuff, so I can change my appearance like that whenever I want to. I think it's like, that's just personal preference though. I like people who can shapeshift. I think it's cool. I think it's an interest. I think it's a great quality for a spy. Men should do more makeup. Men should wear more makeup. When was the days when men wore eyeliner? Gone. Bring it back. I want the guy liner. Gone are the days. Put your eyeliner back on, boys. It's good for your eyes. It protects it from the sun. Genuinely. As long as it's charcoal. Put your guy liner back on. We need your makeup back. I think it's much cooler. And I think if you have an opinion about girls wearing makeup, that I don't think you're mature enough to have a girlfriend. I'm sorry. But a girl can wear makeup if she wants to wear makeup. If you want a girl who doesn't wear makeup, don't go for a girl who likes to wear makeup. Because all you're going to do is make yourself upset and make someone else upset. Don't try and change someone just because you think that they would look nice a different way. It's extremely toxic. Just want that to be clear, because I see so many people saying, oh, this person would look so much better without makeup, or this person would look like this, or this person would look like that. No. You either love them and like them for who they are, or find someone who's more to your taste. And that's that. Back in the day, bashed me for a week because I had my hair long. I had my long hair. I hate that. I think it's so mean. I'm just like, people are just insecure. Insecure is the only word I have for people that don't like when girls dress a certain way or boys dress a certain way. It's just insecure. I think there's a line though. I think there's a line. Like, you know, I think guys are totally fine with long hair. But if a girl is wearing literally a see-through dress with a thong and nipple pasties going out into broad daylight at 5 o'clock on a Saturday to sit in the pub, I can't keep up with that energy. I'm sorry, but I can't. I can't. That energy is too much for me. I'm sorry. You're going to take that energy somewhere else. It's not my energy. Oh my days. No, I can't do that. I think music festivals are fine because, you know, that's a music festival. But if you dress like that to walk to the pub, I'm just like, man, it's the pub. This isn't a fucking nightclub or a rave or a music festival. You're going to the pub. There could be kids there, and you're standing outside smoking your fucking cigarettes while we can see your whole ass. I'm like, oh, oh. I don't know. Okay, do you know what really upsets me as well? Oh, Frost, dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 10 subs. That's so nice of you. Genuinely. Thank you, man. You're such a legend. Cheers. We only need 32 more subs until the Sonic movie. Do you know what is a saying that really upsets me? You know when you hear people say fatherless behavior? Who here uses the term fatherless behavior? Just curious. I hate that term because normally 9 times out of 10 when people say that, they use it as a derogatory term for women, when in its pure form it's a derogatory term for men, because it was your father. It's the dude that's not around. Like, it's because of the man not being there that you're saying this problem has arisen. So, if anything, it should be an embarrassing thing to say because the father failed. Like, you're saying that this is a bad thing for the woman, but if anything, it should be your parent failed. The father in your life failed you. So it's the dudes that are actually, that should be embarrassed by people saying that. I just think it's a very weird saying. Like, yeah, okay, this person might not have a dad. You don't know that. But if they don't have a dad, that's just because the male figure in their life was a complete and utter shit person that they walked out on their family. And that says a lot more about men walking out on families. I don't think it counts if someone dies. I think that's a completely different situation. Like, you can't say someone has fatherless behavior if their dad has passed away. I think that's a different situation. I think different trauma happens in that situation. Why did the father leave? You think it's the kid's fault? You think it's the kid's fault that the father left? Think about it that way. You blaming a child? Okay, so even if it was the a part of the parents' fault that the father would leave the mother, why do you leave the child? That's the next question. Like, yeah, you can leave the man if you want. Like, you don't have to remain in the your ex partner's life, but you're still justifying leaving your child, who's supposed to be your responsibility for life. You're still a loser. My parents split because my dad was hanging out with his friends more than his family. Hate that. Hate that for you. I hate people. I hate that for you. I'm sorry. That's terrible. Some women make it hard to see the child. Then go to court. Stop making excuses. Go to court. Stop making excuses. I see so many people making excuses when if you really wanted to see the child, you would. Just saying. It just feels like there's a lot of excuses here. Yeah. Go to court and fight for your child. I think there is a difference in the US culture. A lot of times men are stripped from the right. I don't see a lot of men being stripped from their rights for their kids unless there is reasonable cause for it. Like, did you not show up to your court dates? Like, what is the reason why this happens? Like, seriously, stop making excuses for shitty men. Why do people keep making excuses for shitty men? Any guy that I know that doesn't have rights to see their children is because they are unfit parents. All I know about my dad was nice. But I just don't like when people make excuses for not for women, for guys not being in their children's lives or for them walking out on their children. It's always just a million. It's some people just make a million excuses when at the end of the day you should just step up and stop making excuses and hold people accountable. Like if you have friends that don't see their children, hold your friends accountable for not seeing their children. Like if you know that your friend hasn't seen their kid in like 2 years, why are you hanging around with someone that's so shitty like that? I know someone that has 3 children and never once has he gone to see any of them. He's not my friend. I will make that extremely clear. But he has 3 kids. Doesn't care about any of them. And all in different parts of Ireland. The recent one he had in the past few years in the town where I'm from. And you know what the first thing he said when he found out that the girl was pregnant? Oh, time to pick a different county. I rest my case. A little? Absolute dirtbag of a lad. So, does anyone have any more hot takes for us? I don't even know how we got onto that one. I don't even know how we came out onto that one. That was a complete left turn, right turn. Here we are at the next turn. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, come and join us on Twitch. If we get to 200 viewers, I'll do a fit check. I haven't done a fit check yet today. It's so sad. It's actually real hair. No, it's a wig. Okay, how many people here have kids? Question mark, question mark. Or you're in school. Don't say if you're in school. Just say, like, if you have kids, yes. Or if you're between the age of high school, middle school. Don't say if you are in high school or middle school. Just say yes. And if you're new here as well, please don't forget to drop a like and drop a follow. Okay, so this is my hot take, and Ferry actually made me think about this hot take this morning. So my hot take is, um, homework is unpaid child labor. Imagine spending 8 hours at work to come home and spend 4 more hours doing work. Homework should be abolished until 14, 15 years old. What do you think? I think homework is absolutely ridiculous before the age of 15 years old. Like, how can you spend 8 hours in a classroom and now I have to go home and spend more time learning about the things that you should have taught me better in class? It makes absolutely no sense until you're like 15 years old and you have to start like actually getting your shit together to get ready for like, studying to get into university. Because if you're going for a hardcore course like, medicine or dentistry or nursing or biochem and engineering, like those kind of courses, yeah, okay, about 15 years old for the next 3 years, you should be putting in like 2, 3, 4 hours of study, depending how fast you can retain information every night. But before that, I think it's an absolute like atrocity that kids have to come home and spend 2 hours writing sentences in Spanish or French or doing extra maths. Like, it's stupid. Here from YouTube, let's go. Hot take: teenagers shouldn't be required to work until they're in college, and then it should be 5 hours a week. 5 hours? I say 18. To be fair, thanks to AI, getting homework done is much easier and faster. I can't imagine what it's like being in school now. I think do you think you should be allowed to let AI do homework for you? I think that's really bad. No nose chain today. I can't wear any makeup on this nose because it's kind of like it's got a keloid on it right now, so I have to leave it alone. Gotta leave it alone. Your son writes essays for band? What kind of fucking essays does he write for band practice? That's crazy. Wow. I'm gonna sneeze 1 second. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Made you do Saturday school if you didn't complete homework or classwork. That should be illegal. Mizure, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the subs, dude. I can't, like, I just think homework is an absolute joke. I didn't do homework until I was 17. I refused. Teachers stopped asking me for my homework because I just didn't do it. Like, they'd be like, where's your homework? And I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't have a copy. And they're like, what do you mean you don't have a copy? And I was like, if you saw my school bag when I was in school, it was, when you saw those kids come in and they just slap a piece of paper on the table and they ask you for a pen? That was me. My bag was just random pieces of paper, and I found one that wasn't completely covered in drawings, and I would just take it out, and if I was asked to write something in class, that's what I wrote on. I didn't have paper. What the fuck? Was anyone good that actually came into class with your copies and your pens and stuff? I had my my books for the class, but I didn't have any assigned copies because I was just like, no. Do an outfit check. I will do an outfit check if we get 20 more people to join us on Twitch from YouTube. Come and join us on Twitch. The link is in my YouTube about section. I was a kid who would have the spare pen and probably give it to you as long as I made sure I get it back. No, I always give them back. Like, I only sat beside people that I knew that were nice. Like, one of my besties who was, he was my bestie's little brother. I used to sit beside him in maths, and I sat beside him in something else. I can't remember. But he'd always have a pen and paper for me. Robert was the best. I loved him. He was like, hey, Robert, you got my pen? And he'd be like, are you coming over to my house on Friday? And I was like, yeah, I'll see you there. And he was just bright red at the back of the class. And everyone was wondering, why is this fucking pincushion emo going over to quiet Robert's house on a Friday? Because I was best friends with his big brother. And I would sit on his bedroom floor while he was playing on his computer. And I would be sitting on his floor just drinking and smoking. And he would just be like, why aren't you downstairs? I was like, I came to hang out with you. Drive him mad. Oh, he's driving him mad. I loved it. Oh, Robert. I learned, always carry some extra just in case. Make some friends the way I didn't get. Yeah, it's true. Bro got friend zoned. Stop. That's such a stupid thing to say. That's such a fucking stupid thing to say. There was never, ever that relationship between me and poor Robert. Robert was a lovely lad, and he just needed to come out of his shell more. Stop sexualizing friendships between children, especially girls. It used to drive me fucking up the walls. If I ever had a friend that was a guy, oh, he likes you. No. I would literally say to adults, stop sexualizing children's friendships. You're weird. Like, why would you sexualize a relationship or a friendship between two 15-year-olds? That's so strange. I didn't even sleep with anyone until I was like 18 years old because I was a child. Yeah. So please do not sexualize children. It's weird. That's not the norm. Just say you were sleazy. Just say you were sleazy. It's okay to not do those things as well. Especially if there's anyone here that's watching that's like under 18. Don't say if you are. But if you ever feel like pressured into doing those kinds of things because you see other people around you doing those kinds of things, you don't have to, especially if you're not comfortable doing them. And it's completely fine not to. Like, if those people want to do like adult things like that and they want to take on the consequences of those actions, let them off. Like, if you just want to hang out with your friends and, you know, have fun, you don't have to do anything that makes you uncomfortable. I just felt extremely uncomfortable when it came to those conversations or anything like that. I'd be like, no, I'm just here to have fun, and then I'm going to go home. I thought it was like really strange how people would expect children to be doing those kinds of things, especially when I was a kid. I was different though because I had youth workers that told me that, you know, you shouldn't do those things. So just remember, you don't have to do those things. Enjoy the times that you have with your friends. You don't have to do that. So that was the homework one. Oh, here. Okay. This one has to do with the convention that I was at the weekend. How many people here have been to an anime convention? Hands up. No, like gaming convention, anime convention, roleplay convention, cards convention. Convention. LAN convention, maybe. Yana, you were literally at one at the weekend. You were at Ropecon. That counts. That's a convention. Did we get a fit check yet? Nope. We still haven't reached 200 viewers. Okay. And Mizure, this is not directed at you or anyone in particular. This is just how I feel about a lot of vendors at conventions now. So just hear me out on this. I feel like if you go to an anime convention or a gaming convention in the past, like 5 years, everyone is selling the same stickers, the same plastic keychains, the same resin skulls and resin dragons and resin cute animals and the same shit, just different colored versions in different stalls. Everyone is doing the exact same thing in different fonts. And it's just so boring now. So you go to a convention and you have like, you know, €50 and you're like, oh wait, I can't wait to get more stickers. I got this at RopeCon yesterday and another core set there on Saturday. And I got this because it was original, it's handmade as well. I like buying things from sellers when they're original. I just think everyone is doing the exact same thing. And everything is plastic. My family owns a woodworking business and we sell some amazing stuff. See, that's the kind of stuff that I like. I like the original stuff. I think it's okay if you have unique art crafting approach to it. But yeah, there's a lot of people doing the same thing and it's boring. I think myself and Ferry saw like the same thing hashtagged at least 20 times. Like the same stall, just in different colors. And I just get sick of it. It just feels like everyone's trying to be creative and do their own thing, but all the same way. I can't think of any stalls that really stood out besides this one that I bought this core set at. And the dice were cool. Yeah, that was a cool stall, in fairness. That was a nice stall. The one that Ferry got he got some really cool dice with like eyes that move inside of it. But like, and there was some really cool pottery. It was really cool. Like these really pretty like mugs. And they had like these really cool, like it looked like potion jars from like literally like I thought if Link would have these where he'd put like his drink inside of it. It like there was some original stuff, but I feel like the kawaii specifically, the kawaii anime vendors, they all were just the fucking same. I did see the blacksmith. The blacksmith. I'm not saying that everyone is. I'm saying specifically the kawaii anime esque ones were all the same. And I feel I felt that way at TwitchCon. I felt that way at RopeCon this year and last year. And I felt that way at Gamescom at the Artist Alley as well. I feel like everyone is doing the exact same thing and it's hella boring. You can ask whatever you want in the chat. We often asked to look into other vendors to make sure they are selling their own product that isn't just 3D printed common stuff that people can get anywhere. Yeah. But like the old, like at conventions, like, you know, in 2010, you'd go there and you'd find so many cool things. Like I remember going to conventions and I would be like saving my money for the whole year to go to games or to go to Erticon in Dublin, because you'd get really cool plushies, you'd get really cool posters, you'd get really cool clothes, you'd get merch that you wouldn't see anywhere else, because vendors back then, they had loads of really cool individual stuff that you wouldn't see a million times. Now, you don't want to go to there's no good conventions in Ireland anymore. There hasn't been a good convention in Ireland in years. Like years and years. Aren't things mostly on Etsy and other websites? Yeah, but you want to see them in person. Like, you want to be able to find them in the wild. Like, you know, sure, you can go on Etsy if you want to, and I could get this corset on Etsy. But, you know, you want to be able to go places and find people doing it, like, in person. I think it's way cooler. A lot on Etsy these days. Really? Yeah, it's better to meet and greet and feel it. Yeah. Like, the girl I met who owns this stall yesterday, she was so nice. She was such a nice girl. And I talked to her for a good 10 minutes and she was lovely. In last fall, they had weird stuff like crystals. That is a place to go. I like when they have weird stuff. I like the weird stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that. Like, that's why I got this necklace, because I thought it was really cool and I hadn't seen anything really like that yet. So, is that the new corset? It is the new corset. Isn't it so pretty? Can't you find stalls in LARPing as well? I'm not. I did say LARPing, yeah. I love the fact every time I come to your life, you're never having the same conversation on. One day it's political, then gaming, then TV shows. Never the same. Never the same, baby. That's what I try to do. That's why it takes me so long to get ready for stream sometime, because I'm thinking of different things to talk about. Because I always think about the things that I did, like, you know, that weekend, and I try to think of hot takes about what I do. Like, you know, I was at the convention, so I thought about that hot take. I went to see Fantastic Four, so I thought about another hot take. I have another hot take here. There are two more hot takes that I was thinking about this weekend as well. It's all to do with things that happen. So I try to think about different things and bring it back onto stream. MagicCon, the 1st to the 11th. I'll be here. Where's MagicCon on? It is bleach behind me, yeah. It's all a bleach. Olu. It's in Lati. That's fine. Do you play VR? No. I don't like VR. It upsets my eyes. Don't like it. Sorry. I've never been able to hack it. It just really upsets my my vision. I have another hot take, unless anyone else has a hot take for me. Fairy got them for me for my Christmas present. I was in Galway buying myself the first box set, and then I was live streaming as well, and I was carrying the box set walking down Shop Street, and Fairy was like, "Can you bring it back?" I was like, "Why? I just carried this like 20 minutes down the road, this really heavy box." And he's like, "I actually got them for you for Christmas." And I was like, "God, God, thank you, but I have to walk this back." I was sweating because we were in a restaurant, and Fairy was like, "Can you bring it back?" And I was like, "I gotta run right now," because it was like 5:30 and they closed at 6. And I was like, "Oh." So I ran back with it, and I was like, "Can I please return this? Like, I just found out I'm getting this for Christmas." And they were like, "Okay, yeah, okay." And I was like, "Thank you." It was, yeah. The Demonata series. Oh my god, yes, I love the Demonata. My favorite is Beck. Imagine this. We are both at the supermarket. In the produce section, I'm getting limes. So many limes, they start to fall all over the ground. You rush over to help. I'm not going to help. As we lock eyes, I say, "Sorry, I'm bad at pick up limes." I wasn't gonna help. And if I hear that, I'll probably knock more. I'll probably just knock more of them and walk away. The Fairy's gonna shit on the limes, apparently. He's gonna ruin the produce. I'm just leaving. Wish they made a Demonata TV series. They would never be allowed to make a Demonata TV series. Just the first book alone. Darren was weird. Like, didn't he play with dead animals? Or something? At the start? Before the chess game? Yeah, that was weird. And then there was the chess game. And his sister, like, fucking ripped open. His parents decapitated, lying on the bed. That shit was pretty weird. Yeah, I don't think they're good. I don't think they can make a series. Like, if they were to make a series, they'd have to seriously downplay how fucking gory that was. And then they'd have to try and make Lord Loss when he was just like an open wound. And then they'd have to make the baby, which had maggots crawling in and out of its skull while it's, you know, while it was rotting. So I really think that wouldn't work. I don't know. I actually recommend those books. Those books were really good books. It's the Demonata series by Darren Chan. It's about demons and shit and werewolves. It's good. It's really good. It's set in I think Darren's story is set in Limerick. Colonel's story is set in Dublin. And then Beck is set in Clare. And I think the end of the series is set in Clare. I think where his uncle's house is in Clare. But Darren was in Limerick. It's really good. I reread them during the pandemic because I was like, I'm just gonna reread all my books. And then I messaged Darren Shan, the author, and I was like, you know, your books keep getting better and better. I just think about how my mom should never have let me read these when I was younger. And then I sent a picture of him and me when I was 8 years old in the picture in the comment as well. And he added me back. It's the only the celebrity that I'm friends with on Facebook. And I'm never going to let him unfriend me. Ever. We're going to be friends forever, me and Darren. If he ever unfriends me, I'm going to be so sad. I'll be so sad. Oh, man. You don't respect people who buy views and comments. Well, that's good that I don't buy views, isn't it? I read and have a signed first edition. All of mine are signed because he lives like 20 minutes down the road from me. So whenever a book came out, he'd do a book signing in the Ennis bookshop. So everyone would go down, listen to him read the first 3 chapters, get your book signed, take some pictures, have some questionable stares from the fucking parents. Go home and read the book. Questionable stares from the parents. What the fuck are they reading? Oh, it was so funny. I remember my man just like listening to like the first 2 chapters of Lord Lost, like, this doesn't sound like a kid's book. And I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let me buy it. It was wild. Okay. My next hot take. This is to do with public transport. Because I think about it all the time. Because it annoys me. But every country should have free public transport. Because charging it only affects the poor and the working class. If public transport was free, people would have a lot more opportunities, especially job opportunities. Thoughts? Don't most places? No. No. Not even in one of the socialism capitals of the world of Helsinki, you have to pay for your public transport. Taxes should pay for public transport. Sure, but where would the taxes? Because the only people, well, the people who mainly used public transport are working class. It should be completely free. Because it does add up over time, unfortunately. Because if you have to take the bus every day, and the bus is $2.50 every day, and you have to take it there and from work, that's a fiver. That's 30 euro a week, 120 euro a month, which is 1,440 euro a year. So you say that, yes, it's cheap to get it, but if you have to get it every day, that's 1,500 euro you could save. That could go towards something else. I used to walk an hour to work, but taking the bus would take an hour plus the waiting times. Yeah, no, I don't think America can weigh in on this conversation unless you live in a city that actually has good public transport. A lot of Ireland can't weigh in on this as well. Dublin, sure, but I think countries have to seriously fix their public transport as well. Public transport is good for students and working people. Yeah, but how many places in America actually has good public transport. And I'm not talking about long distance. I'm talking about just getting around the city. It should be free. Like if you're a resident of New York, or if you're a resident of London, or if you're a resident of Helsinki, then you should get a free card. The money is or should be used to invest back in to make it better, maintenance, whatnot. You also pay the worker's salary and so on. Taxes are used for a lot of stuff already. You need to raise taxes to make it free, and then it would make people crazy upset. Also, fair revenue often covers 25% of transit agency operation budget. You looked into this, didn't you? Without it, government would need to plug a massive financial hole. I'm already paying so much in taxes. I'd pay for the, I'd pay for the taxes of just to have better infrastructure. If it costs 1,440 a year, I could do it. I'm already paying 15,000 in taxes every year. Another 1,000 wouldn't upset me. If that could go towards the infrastructure, and if everyone in Helsinki, so let's say there's 700,000 people in Helsinki. Let's say that 500,000 of that 700,000, let's say 400,000 pays the same amount of taxes as I do, which is the 35% bracket. That's 556 million. In taxes. That would only, if 400,000 people in Helsinki, which is like around 40% of the population, paid 1,440 in taxes towards public transport, that would be 576 million. I think that could cover the cost of public transport and make it free. So it is totally doable to make it free. Just saying. It's not that simple. I'm simplifying it just for the sake of the conversation. I didn't say it was that simple, but I'm just saying, if it was just paying more money in taxes, and if that's what people were paying, it's fine. Would you want it? You don't know what the operating costs are. Just saying. It's a wild assumption. That's why they're called hot takes. One of the mayoral candidates for New York is proposing free buses in New York. A lot of people are mad about it for some reason. I think it's just, and we can debate the hot takes, and I'm debating it too. I'm just saying, like, 556 million sounds like a good bit of money to go towards public transport being free for people in Helsinki. Just in Helsinki. Just for one city. Because we already pay taxes for the city. So just put those taxes into the city as well. Just a thought. Does anyone else have any hot takes for me? Since my hot takes are wild assumptions. I love how when you mention taxes, some Americans absolutely lose their mind. And they're like, they hear the word taxes and they're just like, fucking taxes, they don't want to pay taxes. I know taxes. Let's just pay 100% in taxes. That's what I think it sounds like when Americans start giving out about taxes. Well, in the Soviet Union, people didn't even pay taxes until the 1970s, and they were very low. Did you see the quality of life? I'm okay. Here, the Western Canada wants to do? Nope. Western? Nope. What's Western Canada? Like British Columbia? Don't know what taxes really are. They just enjoy some of the lowest taxes in the world. I don't think America enjoys the lowest taxes in the world. I don't think America enjoys anything that the government gives them. Like, in fairness, seriously, America, what has the government done to help you in the past 10 years? Just curious on that. Because everything in America is privatized. Not much at all. See? It's kind of sad. Like, why do you even want a government in America if they don't do anything for you? If we could see the use of our taxes being put to good use, we'd have a different view on taxes. Nothing, especially with the current felon in office. Nothing aside from funding my dual enrollment classes in a way through grant they gave to my parish in America is going privatization. State and federal government is selling off. Really? Ooh, that's not good. Like, if you're going by the American system, like you've seen that it doesn't work. So like, good luck. Good luck on that. Good luck. Let me see if I got any more hot takes. I only have one more hot take. Only got one more. Unless anyone got any hot takes for me. If my kids cuss, that's none of your business, as long as they aren't cussing at people. My daughter beat stage 4 cancer. She earned it. So you're saying, like, let's say, for example, your daughter is 9 years old, right? So you're saying that if your 9-year-old daughter is out with, let's say, me and my daughter is 9 years old, and your daughter says, "Oh my God, that girl was such a cunt." And if I say to your daughter, "Please don't say that around my 9-year-old," you think that I should not say that to your daughter? Just curious. So if your daughter then said, "Fuck this," and I said, "You can't say that," would you say that I'm in the wrong for saying that? Because I wouldn't want a 9-year-old swearing furiously around my 9-year-old. Because I don't want them to accidentally say that in class. I swear a lot. Like, I swear a lot. And I struggle to not swear around my little sister a lot. But I wouldn't like my daughter to be around someone else who's swearing a lot. Because I don't want her to swear more than me, who does already swear a lot. I was so bothered this kid was just saying the N-word so rude nonstop. Oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God, did you see that video? Oh my God, did you see that video, that American video about the new N-word that the MAGA the MAGA people are trying to bring back the new N-word. Where's my headphones? A new one? Yeah. Only in America. Only in America. Okay.
This is why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis, see this and not see that. You know, I'm beginning to think they don't like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to learn from the blacks. The way they were able to remove the power from the N-word by using it. So from now on, it's what up, my hey, what up, my hey, what's hanging, my
no, please.
That's real. That's real. And what I don't understand is when he says the blacks. Like, I can't believe you said that. Like, no one cleared in on that. No, like we don't have any African Americans in the chat here that you didn't like. Your back didn't like straighten up as soon as you heard that. I was like, you don't call people that. That's so weird. Like, you wouldn't refer to white people as the whites. Or I like what you can't use any other term like that. Like, that's crazy. That is, I would count that as passive racism. Like, I don't know if he realizes that that's racist to say, but it's definitely passive racism. It's weird. It's a weird thing to say. And if you're agreeing with it, you're a problem. You're a problem. I think people are just way too cool with being racist in 2025. Like, you're just waiting for it. You were waiting for it, weren't you? There was like that good 20 years in there that ye had to be kept in the closet and you weren't allowed to be openly racist. And now as soon as all the crazies are coming out in numbers, you're jumping out of the closet too. And you're like, ah, I'm allowed to be racist again. Let's go. Finally. It really feels like that. Does anyone else get that feeling that like the racists they're back in their full numbers? They're like, finally, I can be racist again. And I don't get to be judged for it openly anymore. Thank God. I don't agree with the clip at all, but there is a common practice in America to shut down others' opinions that they don't like just by calling everyone racist and sexist. But you do agree that that's weird, right? Like, trying to bring back the term Nazi? Like, that's weird. Come on. Like, you don't want that word. You don't want it. Pick a better word, man. I already had a problem that Americans using that term like it means nothing. Now they try to normalize it. As a German, I hate everything about that, and I can't believe that. I imagine it makes you very uncomfortable. Oh yeah, I did see that. Did you see the town that decided to go that they're not allowing any black people to live in it in America? It's illegal. You can't do that. You literally can't. You can't say that if you're this skin color, you cannot live in this town. But there's a group of people in America that are trying in Arkansas to make a town that is completely white only. Have you not seen that? What's the name of the town? Does anyone remember what it's called? I've seen it all over my TikTok. No, it's not a sundown town. It's not. That's different. This town is openly saying that you cannot live there unless you are white. It's the weirdest thing. There are private clubs so you can privately choose members. So weird. So weird. Return to the land. Thank you. Return to the land. That was it. If this actually works, like, you know, they actually do live here for the next 20, 30 years, they are going to be so fucking inbred. It's going to be wild. It is going to be wild.
Goedemorgen, my name's Eric Orwell. I'm visiting from America with the Return to the Land movement. We're inspired by Orania. I'm here, of course, in South Africa, in Orania. It's great. It was just bigger, more complex, more thoughtful than I was expecting. I was expecting more, you know, like a ghost town that had been developed. That's what I'd heard. But you guys have big public spaces, many restaurants, businesses, so just bigger and better than I thought. I think what you're doing is extraordinary, and you should realize just how special it is and how important it is. And you're not just leading the way for Afrikaners, you are leading the way for especially European people all around the world, but more at a larger scale, any group who wants to define their own future, you are showing the way. I've learned in the value of dreaming big and thinking big. So we would like to, our community now is kind of rural, so we have 3-acre plots and it's agriculturally based, it's a rural atmosphere. And now I'm seeing these public spaces, these mixed-use buildings, commercial, residential, office buildings, and I'm thinking we have to aspire to that same kind of thing. Like Orania right now wants to move from a town to a city. Well, we want to move from a suburb and a rural area to a town, a proper town with the city center. If you want to learn more about what we're doing with Return to the Land in America, emulating Orania, you can visit our website at returntotheland.org.
Yep, that's happening. Yeah. Do you remember when they had to censor the symbol and make offhand reference because it was borderline illegal for a couple decades? Now they get to say it on the news in reference to political party. Is that only in America? Because I'm pretty sure in Europe it is still illegal. You cannot make the salute.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z, and this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over
Even the dogs! I'm sorry, but you see the dog. Even the dogs. We only take white dogs. It's crazy.
who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites only place.
White.
Look how sunken his eyes look. The man looks like he hasn't had a night's sleep in the past 2 decades. Like, that is crazy.
American culture.
But what this sounds
like Frankenstein
is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even if...
you don't let everyone into your home.
Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And while the men do the physical labour, the women take care of the children who live here full time. It could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors. That has yet to be tested in the courts, and may...
You see, yeah, like, just as DC said in the chat, define white. Like, English, German, Irish, Polish, Swedish, because I bet you anything that if you were to walk up there as a Sicilian Italian, and, if you've seen Sicilian people, they're extremely dark. They're very dark-skinned. They have dark brown eyes. They have normally really dark hair, curly dark hair. Or like, for example, Greek people are very dark as well. And they say, no, I'm white. I'm Italian. I'm Greek. They are specifically saying that they want Northern European, I think. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like, I wanted to show you this just to show you that this is real. And that this is not something that, we were just talking about for the sake of it. But it's bad. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It is bad. It's not something that's good. I don't think it's good. I don't think anyone, keeping, blinders on and thinking that they're better than anyone else is a good thing. It's not healthy. Those people, if they're there, as I said, for the next 30, 40 years, the inbreeding that's going to go on in there, if they don't get a lot more diversity into those genes, those kids are going to start looking like the hills of eyes. So let them off. Let them inbreed until the white cows come home. You're better off without them. It's a terrible way to live, because the only way that you can be better is to become more educated on things, and to meet people from different cultures around the world, and to grow as a person. Because it's really sad if you're just you only hang out with people that are of the same religion as you, or of the same nationality as you, or of this from the same town as you. You become very secular. And it's not any way to live. Like, the best thing is to make as many friends as possible from around the world as possible, so that you could have a very diverse vision and way of life. Oh, it's crazy though. But I wanted to show you that because I was like, that is fucking crazy. That was crazy. You like the shirt? Thank you so much. It's not a shirt. It's a corset I got at an anime convention yesterday. We still haven't got a fit check yet today. We haven't gotten over 200 people to join us on Twitch. But if you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying the stream, if you could, 1, drop a follow, 2, drop a like, and you have a Twitch account and you want to come and join us on Twitch, please do. We just need 20 people. And if we get 20 more viewers on Twitch, I'll do a fit check. Assuming all the women don't leave because they get sick of the domestic abuse, literally. It sounds like I'm being facetious, but I'm not. Racism and misogyny often go hand in hand. Well, they're only allowed to do their womanly duties. The womanly duties does not include, you know, doing anything besides raising children and having children. That is your duty as well. Like, you know, raising the children is one job. Having the children is your other job. Cleaning up the shit after your husband is your third job. You have 3 jobs as a woman. You step out of line on any of those jobs and you meet the back of your husband's hand. Crazy. But what can you do? What can you do? Jeez. Oh no. Oh no. What? I'm sorry. Well, some universities have black-only dorms under the free association clause. White, Hispanics, okay. Japanese, Korean, they're not. Wait, what? I don't know anything about that. I can't comment on that. Saz. But did anyone put anything into the Discord? Because I haven't seen, I haven't looked at the Discord yet to see if anyone put anything in over the weekend. What is this?
Now, what did he say?
President Trump said.
What now? What did he say?
President Trump said the United States invented everything.
I can't. He's so egotistical. He's so unhinged.
Oh my God, my stomach hurts.
You know, it's an international thing. We all have a good laugh. I'm sorry to tell you. I know ye like hang your heads in the States and you go fuck, but we have a good laugh about it. We're allowed to laugh. It's a good laugh whenever you see like Trump saying something stupid. I just go, there he goes. He goes again. What's he gonna say this time? Who knows? But sure look. Now when we do invent something, no one's gonna believe us. You gotta really prove yourself after that. What? The evolution of Jack. Oh, I've seen that video. I can't watch it though because there's music in the background, unfortunately. Holy boobies. Holy boobies, guys.
Very sensitive little guy. Like, he's just very sweet and he's always thinking about other people. Because sometimes, okay, admittedly, because I have the neuropathy in my feet and stuff like that, so sometimes it's a little bit difficult to walk. Whenever I get out of the car, I'm a little bit slower than everybody else. So he will wait for me when, you know, Zolan parks the car so he can hold my hand and help me walk to wherever it is I need to go. He'll be like, I got you, Mom. I'll help you. He's 8. He's small. So if I were to fall, he would not be able to help me. But the thought is there. And it was funny because we were walking through the parking lot and I was like, my legs were like pretty sore. My back was actually really hurting me. And I was like, man, my legs just don't want a leg today. And he says, don't worry, you can use my legs. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. But your legs are a little bit tiny for my body. And he goes, that's okay. I can make them thicker. Where'd you learn this word thick from, firstly? But the fact that he was like, don't worry, Mom, I'll make my legs thicker to support you was funny. He's 8 years old. But the fact that he has these thoughts, I don't know, they're really funny.
That's cute. I love kids. Kids are just pure honesty. They're cute. They're cute. That's cute. It's cute. She's got a good kid. She got a good kid. The kid is good. Wait, is that it? Autistically relatable. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Happy Autism Awareness Day. This is 49 minutes. Nah. The only autistic relatability that I can share with that is that I don't have the attention span to watch it. There's two sides of the autism. It's either you can watch something for 50 minutes or you can watch something for 5 seconds. I'm on the 5-second scale. But I guess that's it. If you ever see anything you want to put into the Discord, guys, don't forget that, you just gotta drop it into the channel here. Into the, oh my god, where is it? The reaction content stream here. It's just above the general chat. And if there's anything that you see and you want me to react to it on stream, there you go. Please put it in there because I do like when you guys put stuff in there so I can see them. So, because there might be things that I miss on stream that might happen while I'm streaming and I don't get to see it until, I don't get to find out about things until later. Like, what happened on, Saturday was, a big thing. Oh, yeah, the South Park episode. I didn't find out about that until after I finished streaming, and I was like, what the fuck? That was crazy, But, yeah. But that was everything I had to talk about before stream. I always just talk shite for about 2 hours before stream starts. So, is anyone here new to my stream from, today or, this week? Normally what we do at the start of stream is we talk shit for, an hour or two. So, right now, it's been 2.5 hours of shit talking. I guess it was a bit overreached today, but about 2.5 hours of shit talking at the start of stream. And then after the shit talking, we play games. So, but there was one thing that I did forget to do. So I wanted to ask you, and I know people are going to get angry at me right now. I'm so sorry. I forgot to make the am I the a-hole confession thing. So I'm going to make it right now. I know, Kieran. I know. What do I want to make? It's a form. Google Forms. I know. Blank form. Chat. Am I the a-hole? Confessions. I keep grabbing this thinking it's the mouse. If you have a am I the a-hole story you want to get an outside opinion off. If you have an am I the a-hole story you want to get an outside opinion of anonymously, then please drop it in here and I will read them out loud in chat. Okay. Here we go. There's that one. There's that one. So since it's probably too soon to do it now because I was supposed to give you 3 days to get as many as you want in there as possible. For tomorrow's stream, since we were supposed to do the confessions, why don't we do the guess the frame tomorrow? The ocean one. How about that? Because I need at least 30 for the Am I the A-hole confessions. Nice crescent moon. Thank you so much. I got it at the convention on Saturday. I'll get 1 or 2 for you to post in the Discord. It's actually tagged at the top of the stream right now, and I'll post it in the Discord later. So we can swap the tomorrow's stream to Friday, so that gives you time. So we'll do Friday's stream tomorrow instead. That fair? Did you manage to get your corset? I did. I'm wearing it right now. It's so pretty. It's actually great material. I really love it. It's so comfy. I love it so much. My kids saw NSFW on Discord. I'm not a fan. My Discord is 18 plus because I don't want any children to be in a private chat with adults. I'm 29 years old, so I don't want any children to be to be able to talk to people my age, because it's not safe for children in a Discord space with people all the way up to the age of 50, higher. Nope, I'm 29. What about the baking? The baking is still Thursday, but thank you so much, Kieran. What are we going to bake? We still haven't decided what we're going to bake on Thursday. What do you guys want to bake? It has to be banana themed. So, I say Bonafi pie. Try to get a pen. Getting annoyed. Okay. So, I'm putting Bonafi pie down. We got banana bread. What about 3? What else do you say? It can't be hard. Like, I'm not that good. Do you read chat? Yes, I do. How would I get ideas if I didn't read the chat, to be fair? It has to be banana themed. What's Banana Foster? Oh, that looks fucking horrible. No. Oh, Lauren, they don't call it toffee in America. They call it fudge. Or something. Banana crepes. Yeah, but that's not really using bananas to bake. That's just putting bananas inside like a pancake. I'm talking like banana recipes. Banana. Like banana bread, banana cake, banana muffins, banana bars. Like those kind of stuff. What is toffee outside of the US? I thought it was someone in the chat said they didn't know what toffee was, so I thought America you don't have toffee. Okay, so let's look at some banana recipes. Okay, so I don't know what this is. Banana caramel slices. That looks nice. Hello.
No. Yeah, he thinks you light the candle.
Oh.
There.
Here you go. So we got banana slices. Banana coconut Nutella bread. Banana bread brekkie bowl. Nah. Italian, or no, Australia. Hummingbird cake. Now that looks really nice. That looks hard though. That looks nice, but it looks hard. Bonafi pie. Banana yogurt and apple muffin slices. Oh my god, that looks class. I would eat the shit out of that. Caramelized banana French toast bake. No thanks. Strawberry banana bread. Oh my god, that looks so nice. That looks class. Banana muffins. Bonafi pie. Banana pancakes. Banana bread. Okay, so I vote. What do you think about the banana caramel slices? That sounds class. What do you think? I write that down? Okay. And there was another one I saw. Ooh, and these. These look good. The banana yogurt and apple muffin slice. Mid-morning snack that will keep you going until lunchtime. Because that's also not bad for you. That's not too bad for you. Banana slices. Okay, so if we can get a poll in the Twitch chat for banoffee pie, banana bread, banana caramel slices, banana slices, or banana muffins. Which one do you want? I'll let you decide. I won't even look. I'm not even looking. If you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch if you want to vote. I appreciate everyone's opinion on this. But the reason why I say to come and join us on Twitch is because the subs were raised on Twitch for this. So it wouldn't be fair if there was a vote on YouTube, because all of the subscribers that were raised for this were on Twitch. Like, if we reached a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube, of course I would do something that's like specifically for YouTube. So if people would, I would appreciate it if people dropped memberships on YouTube. Genuinely, I would, because then I'd have, you know, more subscriptions on Twitch and YouTube. And I'd be able to do more fun things with you guys. You've never heard of Bonafi? Really? You do the caramel slices? Cool. Okay. So on Thursday, we'll do the banana caramel slices. They look nice, in fairness. No, I will stream it both on YouTube and Twitch. And you get to, you know, hang out, watch as we do it on YouTube as well as on Twitch. But on Twitch, but Twitch gets to decide what we're doing, which is fair. You gotta find a place in North America to have it or make it yourself. What, you don't have, really, in America they don't do Bonafi? That's crazy. Wow. I didn't realize it was a European thing. It's when you have a biscuit base and there's a layer of bananas, then there's a layer of condensed milk, and then there's a layer of cream on top. I'll show you. Because it looks American. There. So there's the cream. There's the banana. There's the condensed milk. And that's the biscuit layer on the bottom. That's Bonafi pie. It's really nice. I got some for Christmas. It was great. My cousin's partner made a massive cake of it, and I got 2 slices. I was over the moon. I hadn't had Bonafi pie in forever. That looks heavy. It's actually not. It's actually not that heavy. The cream is whipped cream, so it's really light. It's not actually heavy. It might look heavy, but it's really not. The whipped cream is very light. It's really nice, like the whipped cream mixed with the banana, mixed with the crunchiness of the base. It's perfect. I love Bonafi pie so much. It's really good. If you haven't had it, and it's really easy to make, all you need to do is make the biscuit bottom and sides, put bananas on the bottom, put condensed milk then, and then let that set in the fridge overnight, and then put the whipped cream on top of it. And then you can sprinkle anything you want then on top of it. Like, you know, you can put cocoa or nuts or little pieces of sprinkles of chocolate. You can do anything. It's really good. There's one place near me that sells it on the coast. Really good. Go and find. Yeah, you should try it. You should try it. I really recommend it. I'm surprised you didn't want to make that. Maybe next time. But we're going to be making the banana caramel slices. Well, we can do another poll. One more poll. So do you want to do the banana caramel slices or do you want to do the Bonafi pie? I'll let you decide. It's since you didn't know what banoffee pie was. We'll do one more poll just with those two and see if you want to do it. Can we do one more poll, please? And thank you all to everyone who showed up to the stream as well today. I really appreciate it. We're close enough. What is that? 29 subs off of the sub goal if we reach it. We still have an hour. We could be watching Sonic 3 tonight. You never know. Have you watched the Until Dawn movie? No. I heard it was really bad. I've played the game. I don't need to watch the movie. I heard it was a bad version of the movie. So here's my next question. Since we've gotten all of the talky parts out, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to, 1, play some games, or 2, keep chatting? I'll let the poll finish first. Sorry. I got ahead of myself. I don't have anything to react to. No one put anything into the reaction for stream channel. What's my favorite Sonic game? Sonic Heroes? Is that what it's called? The one where you get to play as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles? It's the only Sonic game I finished. It's a solid choice. Thanks. Where do we put the react links? In the Discord, into the reaction for streams, for a stream channel. Just checking to see how my video is doing on Discord. Not Discord, on Instagram. It's doing good. Thank you to everyone who checked it out. Let me see how it's doing on YouTube. Doing a midstream check, you know? It's not doing good on YouTube. Wild. But what can you do? One can only try. Bonafi wins. Oh wow. Okay. Bonafi it is. Bonafi is actually so much easier to make. I'll have to make 2 though, because I'll have to, like, you know, make the bottom of it and let it sit in the fridge overnight. But I'll have another one made. I'll just make 2. It doesn't matter. I'll give 1 for Ferry to bring into work. And can you please vote in the poll what you guys want to do now? Do you want to play games, or do you want to keep chatting? Thanks, Kieran. Chill guy, thank you so much. Appreciate it. The breakfast of champions. Oof. I wouldn't know about that. That's bad breakfast. We haven't done Am I the Asshole in a while. It's true. But I don't mind. Whatever you guys want to do. What's easiest for you? Both of them. I'm enjoying playing Wu Chang. I'm enjoying the fights in it, and I enjoy chatting as well. Should I join Twitch? Of course you should. We're nearly at 200 viewers. I said if we got to 200 viewers, I'd do a fit check. We have 4 more people to get to 200 viewers. This hair keeps getting in my nose and making me itch. Did you finish Donkey Kong? I didn't actually. I want to, but I haven't. What's the user? Juice just dropped it in chat because he's a legend. Enjoy your ribs. I'm going to have salad tonight. I'm on a strict diet now until I get to 58 kg. I'm not even joking. I am being as strict as possible on what to do. I'm trying to I'm for the next 3 days, the only thing that I'm allowed for breakfast is watermelon. My only snack is watermelon, and my dinner is salad, an egg, and some kind of meat or protein substitute until I reach 58 kg. I'm going to be good. I'm going to do my best. It's gonna work. It's gonna be good. So the next question is, since you want to keep chatting, do you want to do some Am I the A-hole? And check them out? That's £128. I'll check out the reactions tomorrow. If anyone drops any in now, I'll check them out tomorrow because I'd rather have a few build up for tomorrow rather than just keep checking them. I'll just check. I only check them once a day on stream. I think it's better to have them build up. What you do on your channel? We do loads of different things. Loads of different things. I try to keep the stream as entertaining as possible. This hair is just moving around in the wind so much. I'm just like, stay over there. I don't think Wu Chang is the best, though. That's why I don't really care about playing it or not. It was fine, but it wasn't anything phenomenal. That's the problem. Like, there's no fucking storyline. And I'm just like, I want a storyline. Does Lies of P have a storyline? How did you start streaming? I just started streaming because I'd always wanted to do it, and I just always wanted to do it. I wanted to actually start streaming in 2018 when I should have started streaming, but I had no one to show me how to make a computer or what I needed to start. So it didn't happen until 2021, December 2020, because I had a friend who then taught me how to make a computer. So then I started streaming then. And I streamed on Wednesday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. And then when I was made redundant in my job, I also started streaming on... Then I had a full summer where I just said I'd only stream and see how it went. And then in September of 2021... I was streaming full time. Hey, what's up, Bob? I love when you come in with the Asman Warhammer. It's great. Okay. Hey, Lyra, thank you so much for the gifted sub, yo. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mwah. Okay, let's check out these, if we got any more Am I the A-hole videos. Link is working. Okay. We haven't done these in a while, so am I the a-hole for? I think I think my sister hates me for being adopted by our stepdad and taking his last name. Let's see. I doubt they are. I'd say it's just, you know, a bad situation.
My sister hates me for being adopted by our stepdad and taking his last name? My sister, 18F, and I, 16F, lost our biological dad when we were 3 and 5. We were 5 and 7 when Mom met our stepdad. I started calling him Dad after he moved in with us when I was 6. My sister always called him by his first name. After I started calling him Dad, she asked me a few times why I called him that when he wasn't Dad, or she asked me why I hated our dad. Mom would intervene every time and talk to my sister, but I could see my sister found it weird. We have 2 younger siblings now. Half to my sister and just siblings to me. That was something else that made her ask me questions and that got Mom intervening in. My parents got married officially 2 years ago, and after a few months I asked Mom if I could ask my stepdad to adopt me. And for those wondering why I say stepdad for the post, it just makes it easier to explain. My mom thought it was a great idea, and I asked my stepdad that Father's Day and he was so happy. It took several more months for all the paperwork to go through. My sister worked on adoption day and skipped court because of it. And I found out later that she had asked to work that day without saying anything to us. Ever since I was adopted by our stepdad, she's been weird about it. She's more distant and less like my big sister. A few times I even overheard her call me her half-sister now too. She moved out in May and Mom has talked to her a little, but she doesn't talk to the rest of us. I sent her a text once and she replied 3 days later, and it felt very cold. I know it's hard to read tone via text, but I asked her if she was coming to our grandpa's birthday, and I told her I wanted to see her again, and she just texted Ike with nothing else. I tried calling her a couple of times as well, but she never answered or called me back. I think she hates me for being adopted, and it makes me sad. I love my sister so much, but our stepdad was always a topic we couldn't really talk about, and one where we had very different feelings. Most days I'm pretty sure she hates his guts and wishes him dead for coming into our lives after our biological dad died. It makes me sad because nobody needed her to love him the way I did, but I don't know if she even wants me to be her sister anymore. Ida?
That sister needs fucking therapy. That sister is an absolute weirdo. What do you think? Like, she's supposed to hate her stepdad for what? What did the stepdad do? Nothing. It's not like he took the mother from the dad. Their dad passed away, unfortunately. They didn't do anything wrong. What a bitch. Like, this girl is so much better off without her sister. Like, if anything, I would just disown the sister from being just a toxic bitch all the time. Like, please, fuck off. Yeah, that sister is an absolute twat, is the only way to describe her. Sister hates me. No, wait. No, we did that one. Okay. Am I the A for telling my husband he will have to handle it on his own right now? We'll find out. If you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch.
My husband, he will have to handle it on his own right now? I am 36F. My husband is 40. My mama, 82, has breast cancer. This is her 3rd time having it, and she's too tired to do chemo again. She is refusing it. She is tired of fighting and wants to go out with dignity at home.
Fair.
My mama is hands down the best person and mama I could have ever had. I don't think she has ever once raised her voice. She was / is the most caring person I've ever met. She was / is just as good of a grandmother as well. There are 14 of us and I am the youngest. She raised 14 babies and 27 grand.
14 babies and 27 grandbabies. That's crazy. That's a litter. That's 2 litters.
Grandbabies, 6 great-grands, and probably just as many friends of babies and grandbabies. Never once raising her voice or hands to one of them. She was / is incredible. She and my dad have been together for 64 years, and I know as soon as mama goes, daddy will be right behind her. He looks like he has aged 10 years in just a few weeks. He's still doing everything he can for mama, but neither of them are doing well. All of my siblings and I have been taking turns staying with them around the clock. On the days I'm there, I'm pretty much just making sure my kids are good for the night, fixing them dinner and then going over there.
Fair.
My husband is supposed to get them to bed and then off to school in the morning. It isn't difficult. My kids know what to do. All he has to do is get them to bed and fix them a breakfast in the morning and wait with them for the bus. This has been a problem and my husband is angry about it. He feels like I'm spending too much time away from home and putting too much on his plate. I'm already devastated about losing my mama. I don't have the best amount of patience right now. The last time my husband and I got into an argument, I'd just gotten home with the kids after taking them to spend an hour with my parents. I had them dinner fixed. All it needed was to be warmed up. My husband got angry that I was dropping the kids off and leaving, and I basically went off on him and told him my mama is dying and he is just going to have to deal with it right now.
Yep.
Since then we haven't spoken. He's basically giving me the silent treatment. I'm upset about everything going on and very angry with my husband right now. However, I'd give I was in a hole for going off on him. I don't think he fully deserved it, and we haven't spent time apart since we got married 12 years ago, so maybe I was being in a hole. I know it isn't easy for him right now either, but I really expected him to step up and help considering the circumstances. I mean, they are his kids after all. He should be able to handle it.
I'm sorry, but you might think that I'm over-exaggerating when it comes to something like this, but I would divorce that person. Because if your mother is dying and you're doing split shifts with your siblings in order to make sure that your dad is looked after and your mom is looked after, and you're just doing everything you can in your house, kind of just to, get everything ready. Like, you're just making this woman's life more difficult when she is trying to just say goodbye to her mother. You are being divorced. Oh my God. Natsu, thank you so much for the 10 subs, dude. That is so nice of you. Maybe she wants to be there every night, though. Natsu, thank you so much, man. That is so nice of you. Genuinely, thank you. Guys, show some love in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Genuinely, thank you. But no, I would divorce someone for that, because if someone's not there for you through the death of a family member, then you know for a fact that they're not going to be there for you at all very hard points in your life. So there's no point. Do you agree with me or disagree? Oh my God, dude, thank you. That is so nice of you. Jesus, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you, man. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much. I don't even think it seems like a communication issue. I feel like if someone does something like that, it's jealousy. And that's something I can't fix for you. If you're jealous, I can't fix that. Because obviously they're jealous that he's not there, that she's not there doing all of the things that she would normally do that in her life because she's busy. And they don't like someone being busy outside of the house if they've been married for 12 years. And this is the first problem. I'm sorry, but if that person did not go to therapy, the husband, it would be divorce. Am I the ale for moving out of my dad's house for good because he wanted me to lie to my stepmom to help her through a mental health crisis? A mental health crisis? And you can say, like, these are AI stories, and, they could be. But I think it's a good conversation starter with the chat. And I like listening to them because then we can have conversations with the chat. That's how I see it.
Moving out of dad's house for good because he wanted me to lie to my stepmom to help her through a mental health crisis? I, 19F, was back with my dad and stepmom for only a week when hit the fan. My stepmom's had a bad 2 years. Longer really. She couldn't get pregnant. They tried to use a surrogate several years ago, but that fell through at the last minute. Surrogate changed her mind, and then they decided to give up on having kids. Then almost 2 years ago had a positive pregnancy test, but it turned out to be an ectopic pregnancy.
Jeez.
Then a few months ago she found out she was pregnant again, but she miscarried at 10 weeks and she ended up really sick.
Gosh.
When she had the miscarriage she was 43 and it kick-started some bad health issues, and this led to her becoming increasingly depressed. I've been away since last August and wasn't here when she miscarried, but I could tell something was different. Dad mentioned it whenever we talked and he said she was taking everything badly. He never told me it had gotten worse and she was falling apart when I came home at the end of May. By the third day it was so clear my stepmom was a risk to herself, and I told my dad he needed to intervene and convince her to get help. She was talking about how her life was worthless and she never got to be a real mom and stuff of that nature and how she should go be with her baby. The last part is when Dad got his ass into gear and got her to a hospital and she started treatment. When he got home he told me we needed to talk and I thought he meant talk about my stepmom's condition overall, but no. He said it was time for me to do what I never wanted to do and call her mom. He said he wanted me to go to her when she was allowed to have visitors and make sure she knows she is a mom and I'm her daughter and that I love her and she is needed by me, the most important woman in my life, and that I'm her little girl and I need her. He said I need to call her mom as many times as it takes to get her through this. He said it always killed her that she was always Rosa to me and never mom or mama, and in the 13 years she's been a part of my life she has let it go and tried to focus on having a baby of her own. He told me it won't happen and her dream was always to be a mom and she can't keep competing with a ghost, aka my mom who died when I was 5. I asked Dad how lying would help because I won't call her mom for the rest of her life and once I stop she's going to have relied on lies to get her through. He told me if I had any decency I'd do it for as long as it takes, and then he asked me how I could like her and spend time with her and not want to do whatever it takes to save her and get her healthy. He said I'm essential to this because I'm the only goddamn kid they had and all of this has disqualified them from adopting or fostering, so I need to do my part in making sure she comes home. My dad brought it up constantly for the next 4 days until I realized there was no way to resolve this and I left. Anytime I tried to explain why I wouldn't he pushed me to forget my feelings and to focus only on hers, and he told me if she died because of this he'd blame me. So I left and I took all my stuff. I moved out for good. No more coming home for the holidays or anything. My dad was angry with my decision, but he said it was better than taunting my stepmom with my refusal to do this for her. But then she came home last week and it pissed my dad off that I wouldn't move back in and get with the picture. He told me she's still struggling and not out of the woods and I'm being cruel and making her look awful because I'd rather leave than do a kindness for her. I told him the lie would be a short-term fix that could cause way more problems when it came to light, which only pissed him off more. Ida?
That's a lot of emotional abuse. That's a fucking shit ton of emotional abuse. That is crazy. Just leave. Don't come back. Don't come back. Don't go back to someone trying to say that to you, because it's totally fine if a child doesn't want to call someone their parent if they don't feel like doing it. Like, what stops, like, I know a lot of people do go to extreme lengths to have children and to get pregnant, but like, why can't they just adopt? Like, seriously. Like, just adopt the baby. There's so many babies that need help. And if you say, well, you know, adoption is super expensive, surrogacy is like $50,000, which is the same price as adoption in the United States, if it's in the United States. So, like, I feel like, yeah, it is a personal choice to want to have your own child, but like, if it's that much stress and your body can't do it, adopt a child. A baby needs love. Like, I don't understand what it matters. Having one kid stops that. Yeah, I remember, I heard that, and that was weird, wasn't it? Like, you can't adopt a kid if you have one kid. How does that make sense? Oh, the mental health disqualifies her. Ah, isn't that crazy? Like, seriously, think about that. Isn't that just mad how if you have like mental health problems, it disqualifies you from being able to adopt a child, but it doesn't disqualify you from being allowed to have a child, like your own child. Like, yeah, you know, you might be seen as a risk to adopting a child because of your mental health, but no one's going to stop you from having a baby. Like, how does that make any sense? You shouldn't be allowed, if you're not allowed to adopt a baby because of mental health problems, you shouldn't be allowed to have a baby because of mental health problems. What do you think? A lot of people are excluded from the adoption process. At least minimum requirement of a household is 120K, and if you have biological kid, it can disqualify you depending on your situation. That's crazy that having a child can disqualify you. That sounds a lot like eugenics. No, it's not. How would they regulate that? I personally believe there should be a test. You shouldn't be allowed to have a child unless you've gone through training. Like, not everyone should be allowed to have a kid. Like, it would stop so many kids being abused. And y'all can call me whatever you want for that, but too many kids are killed. Too many kids are physically abused. Too many kids are mentally abused. I think you should be licensed to have a child. Because if you're licensed to fucking adopt a child, basically, you should be licensed to have one. It should be common sense. Free mandatory parenting classes. Yep. It's not fascism. Not even slightly. No fascist state has ever had any requirements like that. It's not. It's just my opinion. Because too many kids are abused. Why have a license? Your generation ain't having kids. And that's true. And that's great. I think it's great that my generation aren't having kids. Because kids don't deserve to come into a world with people being so hateful to each other in 2025. And I'll fucking stand on that and smile. Yeah, I don't have any kids. And I'm happy I don't have any kids. Because I would hate to have a fucking bring a kid into such a horrible, hateful world right now. I love my unborn kids enough to not bring them into a world right now. And that's the truth. Am I the a-hole for being the only one of my siblings to reject being adopted by our stepfather and refusing to work through it in therapy? Is this the other side? This is the other side. We're meeting the other girl.
The only one of my siblings to reject being adopted by our stepfather and refusing to work through it in therapy? I'm 16F, the oldest of my siblings. My sister's 13 and my brother's 12. Our dad died when we were 4 months old, 1 and 4. Our mom met our stepfather a year later. They were together for a while and broke up. Then they got back together a week before my 7th birthday. I remember because she told me he'd be coming to my birthday party and how excited he was to see his babies again. Their relationship was unstable for like another year and then they got married. By that point my sister and brother called him Dad. I didn't. I called him Mike. We were asked about adoption
This
2
is
months after the
different.
wedding and none of us said yes there and then, but my brother said yes a few months later without being asked again and my sister did 2 years later. Both of them have since been adopted. I'm the last kid standing against it and have been for years. It's something my mom gets so upset about and my stepfather has told me time and time again that I don't have to do the full commitment my siblings did, who took his last name after the adoption. But he said he hates raising someone else's children and wants us to be all his.
Wow.
He told me he loves me and is proud of me and wants to be able to show the world that we're father and daughter. I said no even after his speech about it and when my mom told me it meant a lot to her and she hated the idea that I'd be left with hardly any memories of my dad and no other dad around because I don't see my stepfather as my dad. When I was 13 they attempted to do therapy with me to get me to talk about it, but I sat in therapy and didn't say a word. We tried 11 different therapists and I remained silent in front of each one of them. My mom and stepdad had a baby a year later and they tried to win me around with the baby but they didn't. Actually it pushed me away more because I said he had a bio kid now and didn't need to adopt me.
True.
Mom told me to consider what I was giving up and I told her I was giving up nothing. She told me I was giving up a warm and loving family. I told her that would be her decision to push me out. My siblings tried to get me on side a few times. I told them to drop it unless they wanted me to be mad at them and after realizing I was serious about it they did drop it. A month ago my stepfather told me that he will not include me in his will or support me in college, on my wedding day or financially pay for anything for my future children if I don't agree to the adoption. He said if I continue to reject him as a father, the dad who raised me, then he will feel it better to let everything go to his actual kids and grandkids.
Wow.
I told him none of that changed my answer and I didn't want his money. He asked me why I rejected him for memories. I asked him how he'd like my half-brother to be adopted and take another man's name. He flipped out and told me nobody would ever be his son's dad but him and I told him that nobody would ever be my dad but my dad. But good luck if he dies because apparently his son will be passed to another guy to raise as his own. My mom calmed him down and then she told me I need to stop being stubborn. I need to open my heart. I need to agree to family therapy and talk this through in family therapy. I told her it won't happen and she can only make me physically be there but she can't make me talk or try. She told me I am destroying our family and being so mean for no good reason. She wanted me to apologize to my stepfather and I told her he can take my dad's kids and claim them as his own but nobody else can do it to his son. She told me it was different and I asked why. I asked her why she hated dad so much she was setting out to erase him.
Yeah.
I pointed out that he's never talked about unless I mention him, even on his birthday, and I'm told it's hurtful. I told her she changed my siblings' last names to her husband's and they carry nothing of dad anymore. Not his name and not even legally on their birth certificates. I brought up how she made a point to let my stepfather burn the originals, which I saw with my own eyes.
Wow.
I told her she could tell me all she wants that it's not the point or it's different or I don't understand, but she doesn't understand losing a parent yet, so she can shut up about this before she loses me and not the other way around. After that I went to stay with my grandma and my mom has contacted me only to find out if I'm changing my mind or not. Ida?
These are fucked up. Today, these are really fucked up. Oh my god. This is crazy. These ones are crazy. These people, you think these people should be allowed to procreate? Seriously? Like, we were just talking about, who should be allowed to have kids. You think these people are good parents? You think these people should have been allowed to have kids? These people are crazy. Like, do you not see what I'm talking about? This is exhibit A of why everyone shouldn't be allowed to have kids. Because you have fucked up people like this who destroy fucking children's lives. That shit is fucked. That is crazy. Like, do you not see where I'm coming from? Like, that's just weird. Another challenge is you could be saying before you have the kid, and then the lack of sleep and depression could drastically change you. How would you know beforehand? I don't decide the test. I'm just saying. But if you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying the Am I the Asshole segment, please come and join us on Twitch. The link is in my YouTube About section. I'd really appreciate it if you could come and join us on Twitch. And yeah, hopefully we see you over here. Am I wrong for reporting threats made by my husband's kids and their mom to CPS and then leaving because I'm pregnant? Oh, wait, we saw this. We saw that one. We saw that one. Yeah, she was ratchet. I needed to make a request. Could you get rid of the Kingdom Hearts 2 manga on the Amazon wishlist? Wait, what do you mean you bought them? What did you buy? Wait. No. What did you get me? Because I already have Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, 4, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories 1 and 2, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you say all 4 novels, do you mean all 4 of Kingdom Hearts 2? Where did you get them? I'm shocked. Thank you so much. They're in English, right? They're in English, right? Oh my god. Thank you so much. That's crazy. I've been looking for them for years. They're very hard to get. Dude, thank you. Oh my god. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Thank you, man. Oh my god. That's actually so cute. Like, cause one of my for like some of my birthdays, people kept getting me Kingdom Hearts volumes because my first ever manga that I got was Kingdom Hearts for my 11th birthday. So then people kept buying me manga for my birthday. And that was like the main thing that I got for my birthday for years was just more manga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would actually, if they had come to me, I would just been like, I would have been like, drop jaw. Thank you so much, dude. That is so kind of you. Genuinely, thank you. Thank you so much. Wait, so what are your thoughts on the possibility of a population crash due to the death rate outpacing the birth rate? I don't care. I honestly don't care. I think it would be great if there was a population crash. I don't care about the economy. I don't care about any of that stuff. The economy has never cared about me. So I'm not going to care about this whole population replacement. It means nothing to me. The only people that the population replacement matters to are corporations. And I'm not trying to say that anything bad about you specifically, Charlie, on YouTube, but you've been brainwashed. You've been brainwashed into caring about it. They've made you into a grade A bootlicker, making you think that you should care about the population replacement. Just say. But thank you so much, Blackie. You're an absolute legend, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is crazy. I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited. Because then I'll be finished my Kingdom Hearts collection. Because I have all of Kingdom Hearts 3. I have all of Kingdom Hearts. I have all of... the only one left I have to get is Birth by Sleep, I think, if they have one. I'm at the ale for siding with my husband and not with my kids. Dun dun dun.
With my husband and not with my kids? Okay, I know the title sounds bad, but for some context I, 36F, have twins with my ex, 42 male, a girl, Olivia, and a boy, Enzo, who are now 16 years old. My ex is one hell of an We ended our relationship because he had cheated on me while I was pregnant, and not happy with that. He never paid child support and was absent from their lives most of the time, only coming back once or twice during the year to play the fun dad. But well, of course his absence affected my kids a lot. Anyway, when Olivia and Enzo were a year old, I reconnected with an ex from high school, Ian, 36 male, and we started dating. The main reason we had broken up is that I wanted kids in the future and he wasn't sure, and since 2 seemed more than enough for me, that problem was out of the way. Ian wasn't involved at first with Olivia and Enzo, but after we moved in together over 2 years later, he began to help me with them without me having to ask, which I was really grateful for, and they eventually formed a bond. We got married, and Olivia and Enzo called Ian dad for as long as I can remember, although they always knew he wasn't their biological father. Ian and I make the same amount of money, and we live in a house I inherited from my father, and Ian only earns a bit less than me. There's not a big difference. With time, my ex went from showing up once or twice a year to not showing up at all for a couple of years, which is when their bond became even stronger, and Ian told me he wanted to adopt them because he saw them as his own kids, and he truly felt like their father.
This adoption
However,
is
that
really
never actually happened because it was a legal mess in our country we didn't want to get into. Now, last year and out of the blue, my ex showed up again, claiming to be a different man now and wanting to rekindle their relationship. They fell for his act despite Ian and I warning them about not trusting him completely, which is okay I guess. They have a right to want a relationship with him. The problem started when they began to ignore Ian. It's like they were treating him like a replacement they no longer needed, and of course my husband noticed this. One night, it escalated because they were having a really dumb fight that started because Enzo had not cleaned the kitchen after cooking, and we have this important rule in the house that pretty much means that each one is usually responsible for cleaning their own mess, and well, Ian just went inside their room to tell him he needed to clean, and Enzo began to yell at him. Olivia joined in and they were telling him how exhausted they were about Ian treating them as if he were their real father, that they had a father and he shouldn't act like one just because he didn't have kids of their own.
Wow.
I remember Ian just left the house that night without saying a word, and I told Olivia and Enzo they had made the wrong choice treating Ian like this, and when their real dad leaves again, I didn't want to see them crawling back to the one who actually took care of them and was always there. Ian came back the next day, and he was incredibly upset. I did my best to comfort him, and he told me he felt disrespected and that there was no coming back from this. It was hard to hear, but I told him that if he no longer wanted to be involved in the twins' lives, I wouldn't be angry at him. He cried a lot that night, and cried himself to sleep during the next days. It was awful to see him like this and I couldn't do anything but try to comfort him. I tried to talk to my kids, to tell them they really needed to apologize, but they refused completely, saying they had a dad and didn't need them, and it made me question what kind of kids I was raising. As predicted, from one day to the other, left the city and never called a
I'm sorry, but kids should just have respect for the adults in the house, period. It doesn't matter what their relation is to you. If this adult lives in the house, then you should have respect towards them. Like, if they're supposed to be a paternal figure in the house, you should have respect towards them. It doesn't matter if it's an aunt or if it's an uncle, if it's a grandmother or a grandfather. If they are a figure of respect, then you should respect them. No questions asked. What's your ethnicity? Irish. Like, what do you think on that? Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you fucking call me your dad or not. Go clean the fucking kitchen. Kids nowadays are being taught respect is earned, not given. Yes, respect is earned. I believe that completely. And the respect has been earned their whole lives. This person has raised them and has been a parental figure. You can't just turn around and then decide that you're not going to do as the parental figure in the house says. Clean the fucking kitchen. I think that'd be fairly straightforward. Have a good day, Flynn. Hopefully see you tomorrow, man. Well, hopefully see you for the Guess the Frame tomorrow. Would even cross my mind as a youngster to be disrespectful. Yeah, no, I'd never talk like that. Ever. I would never talk like that. I blame soft parenting. Yeah. No, I blame passive parenting. They don't see it that way. They feel they have to respect the parent who raises, raised, fed, taught. Yeah, that's what this guy has done. They're under his roof.
Olivia or Enzo again. When they realized what had happened, they were devastated. I was there for them, but it shocked me how they wanted to pretend everything was okay between them and Ian, calling him dad again. This has been going on for a while. They were thinking Ian would change his mind eventually and forgive them, but that has not happened. As a last card, they came to me and told me to speak to Ian, and I told them we had talked many times, and it was clear Ian would no longer be involved in their lives, which is what they wanted anyway, so I don't know what the problem was. They were shocked with my response, and kept trying to convince me, but I made clear that my husband is a human with feelings, not a wallet and a replacement for the pathetic man they like to call real dad, and that if they thought they could disrespect people that care for them without any consequence, then they were very, very wrong. I told them there was no going back from this, that things would not be the same and they had themselves to blame for that. They shouldn't have taken for granted a person that was always there for them. They went crying to my mom after that, and she told me she understood why I was upset with them, but couldn't side with my husband in this, that they are kids that made a mistake a second chance, and I should try to solve things. And to be honest, I don't think I can. I love my kids and they will always be my priority, and this has not changed my love for them, but I also love my husband, and he's such a great man who stepped up when he didn't have an obligation and was such a support for me and for the kids. He was the father they never had for so long, and even if I try, I don't think I'm even close to know the amount of pain that can cause you to have the kids that you raised as your own for years to tell you you're not their real dad and to treat you as literal trash. As much as I want them to make up, I know my husband is so hurt and they caused it over what? A man they had seen barely like 7 times in their whole life? Ian is now convinced that Enzo and Olivia don't love him and only saw him as a replacement, and he thinks that if their real dad ever shows up again, they would treat him like crap again, and well, although I don't think my kids would do that, I know he has every right to feel that way, and if Ian no longer feels comfortable involved in my kid's life, then I don't think I can contradict him. They just broke the relationship. Ian is usually a pretty reasonable man, and he has thought a lot about this, so I know that he's sure about his choice. I know he has been crushed with this.
Okay, I think the only way that you could move forward with this is if everyone agrees to go to therapy. Therapy is the only way we're getting through this. Like, I think it's fair that the kids are learning hard life lesson that if you treat someone like shit, you are not going to be just allowed to turn back and say, you know, you don't have to deal with any of the consequences. That's totally okay. No, there's consequences to your actions. And I think if the only way that this could be fixed is through therapy. Clara, sponsored by BetterHelp. Right. every stream, therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, come and join us on Twitch. Would greatly appreciate your support. It's like 3 therapy recommendations. These people all need therapy. That's okay, Blackie. I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a great rest of your day, man. Would I be the asshole? Oh, we're getting a would I be the asshole, the whipta. for ending my marriage because I want bio kids when I have 2 stepkids who already lost their mom.
Would I be wrong for ending my marriage because I want bio kids when I have 2 stepkids who already lost their mom? When I, 31F, met my husband, I was upfront that having bio kids was one of my deal breakers. I always wanted to be a mom, and if I couldn't get pregnant naturally, fertility treatments would be something I would want to do, and if that wasn't something he was okay with, then I wanted him to be honest. He told me he would be fine with that, and he wanted more kids too. He was a widower with 2 young kids at the time. I fell in love with him and them, and we married, and we started trying to have children together, but naturally has not worked for us. I was given a medication to try and see if that helped, but it didn't. Then my fertility doctor recommended we do some tests. We did the tests and we were told there is a very high chance the oil would work for us. But now my husband has said he doesn't want to spend the money on that, and he feels we should just be thankful for the 2 kids we have and call it a day. When I told him my deal breaker was still a deal breaker, he asked me how. He said we have 2 kids and why aren't they enough? He said being biologically related to our kids shouldn't be all that matters to me. I told him I will always be their stepmom, and that even though their mom passed away, I will forever be stepmom. She will forever be mom. And I want to be someone's mom. I told him that it had not changed. He told me I was unreasonable, and if I leave then I've destroyed our family and the kids will suffer. He asked how they'd feel knowing they weren't enough for me. He then said I'm enough for them, and I said not really. I told him they will always long for memories of their mom which they don't have. They will always crave something I can never give them. He told his family, and they started asking me how I could still consider this a deal breaker, and being a true mom would mean I give up on my dream of bio kids and stand by my stepkids and be there even when they see me as not their mom, knowing that it's what truly makes me their mom. They said only a monster could make kids lose 2 mothers. I have tried to find out why he doesn't want to go through fertility treatments. I have the money. I saved before we met for stuff like this because I knew there was always a chance. He tells me the money could be better spent on the family we have, and it feels wrong to him to try so hard when we already have 2 kids, and he's not willing to try and change his mind. Well, neither am I. Wibta, if I still leave?
Yep. I completely agree. This person doesn't care about being a mother. She just wants her own child. It's completely selfish. It's a completely selfish intention. What do you think? I think it's a selfish intention. Like, you can just be honest. If she's willing to sacrifice all of that to have her own child, fair, go ahead. You don't need a husband to do that. She's going to blow up the whole family because she's selfish after the kids already lost. Well, that's not even the point. That the kids lost a mom, but like, it is selfish. She doesn't care about other people, and she says she wants to be a mom to somebody. She already is a mom to 2 kids. She doesn't care about that. That's not what she cares about. She just wants her own child. She wants her own biological child. It's completely selfish. It's not about being a mother, because being a mother is an extremely selfless job. And that's not what she cares about. But it does raise the question of how she would treat the children differently. She would completely treat the other children differently after she had her child. Like, she wouldn't see the other kids as being her kids. And she still doesn't see the other kids as being her kids. She's not a nice person. Nurul is right about that. She doesn't care about her stepkids. Yeah, no, if that's what she wants, then she should leave the marriage. 100%. As a child of broken home, I can say that there are step-parents who will never have the same adoration and love as they do for their biological kids. I think they're terrible people, that they shouldn't have married into married someone that has kids if they're not selfless enough to see these kids as their kids. People are selfish. I don't like people like that. Because unless you're okay with stepping up and seeing these kids now as your kids, if that's what they want, then you shouldn't have been going into that relationship. That's how I feel. But I'm someone that doesn't understand these people because I very much want to adopt. I am going to adopt. It's just a matter of when. Am I the AO for drinking fruit juice when my partner said he doesn't like it?
Ida for drinking fruit juice when my partner has said he doesn't like it? Let me give you some background. I, 26F, have been drinking diluted summer fruits juice all my life because I hate drinking water. When I do try drinking water, I physically retch due to the anxiety it gives me trying to drink it. So I stay hydrated by drinking diluted cordial. When I met my current partner, 34M, let's call him Jim, I was drinking 30% cordial 70% water, which I admit now was strong. About 6 months into my relationship with Jim, he confessed he didn't like me drinking the juice because it made my breath smell bad, of the juice. It stopped me trying new foods and it stopped us from traveling cheap because we would have to pay for baggage just so Al can take the juice on holiday. He even compared it to an addiction and how he was able to quit smoking so Al can quit this. We decided to compromise and 1 year later I had reduced it down to 5% cordial. I was able to take my juice in mini airplane bottles and I had to admit I was tasting food better. However, Jim was still not happy and we keep getting into fights about how disgusting it is and it is putting him off wanting to kiss me. I can't even have other fruit-flavored drinks because Jim says it smells and tastes too similar. So I'll try to give it up for him. It has been a month of attempting to drink sugar water. I'm getting panic attacks and dehydrated because I'm not drinking enough. I'm considering going back to the cordial because of this, but I am worried I'd be letting myself and Jim down. LTA for wanting to drink fruit juice, or do I need to keep pushing?
That is the weirdest fucking thing I've heard in a while. Just leave him. That's weird. That's weird. I didn't realize fruit juice tasted weird. I love like my wadi and stuff, and I've never noticed that it makes people taste weird. Some psycho wrote that story for real. For real. That's a fucking psychopath. That is a psycho. I mean, hey, Laura, that's true. Did anyone ever sing the song to Mrs. Robinson? I'm an AO for telling my sister that my only regret is slapping her instead of punching her harder. I love the messy ones. Let's go. Let's go. Bring out the messy ones.
Telling my sister that my only regret is slapping her instead of punching her harder? My 28F, sister Nova, 30F, used to be a normal person until a year ago, give or take. She entered a new group of friends and she became a life coach. She and her friends basically coach people into everything like relationships, divinity, nature, returning to the origins, feminism, etc. They also organize retreats to Peru with their clients, doing there for 2 weeks at a time for some spiritual thing. At first I was happy for her because this new hobby seemed really cool, sounded interesting, and she was happy. The problem is after some time she started to be really mean to people who don't share the same views as her. For example, she tries to convince me that my life choices are not actually my own, but I am in the matrix and all my choices are induced and imposed to me by the patriarchy system. And by life choices she means me loving to take care of how I look, going to salons, dressing up, getting my hair and my nails done. Things that I started doing ever since I was a teenager and that I do monthly because hell, life is short, earning money involves having a job which sucks, so I believe I deserve to treat myself with my own money.
Truth.
But to her it does not matter that I love doing all of these. Somehow it's my husband's fault and he is the one brainwashing me to be like this. I never had any reaction to what Nova has been saying about me because it doesn't bother me honestly. If I know something about me it's not true, I don't feel like having to prove to you that what you claim about my person is false.
True.
But yesterday she crossed a line when she made mom cry. She called my mom a breeder who was used by our dad to reproduce and raise kids just because she was a Som.
Wow.
For info, my mom was not a Som because she wanted to or because she was lazy. Mom has an autoimmune disease that periodically makes her incapable of
Som is a stay-at-home mom, by the way.
Using her hands. She can be okay today and wake up tomorrow with her hand paralyzed. And Nova knows it. She also knows this is a big insecurity for mom. After the debut of the disease she had years seeing herself as useless and dad having to reassure her she is not. Dad even started making candles with her at home and selling them after just to help her with her depression. So I lost it, slapped Nova, pulled her hair a little and called her names. I know violence is bad and everything, but she was way out of line.
Love that.
Since last evening she is demanding me to apologize to her, otherwise she will report me. But me not apologizing is the hill I am willing to die on in this case, and I told her what I said in the title. If she can't understand she hurt mom, why should I care that I hurt her?
I love that. I love that. I love it. Report me. What are you going to do? Unless you have pictures, evidence, or anyone that's willing to stand up and say that it happened, you're fucking slandering me. And that's how I see it. That's brilliant. I love that. Love that. god. People are fucking weird. But, oh, my ears. Oh my god, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. But did everyone have fun today? Did we all enjoy stream today? Thank you all so much to everyone who joined today. I genuinely really appreciate it. You guys are all so awesome. Oh my god, my ears are just so sore from wearing the what's it called? The headphones. I don't know why. I feel like the headphones that I have now are getting worse. Like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, if you get headphones, they should get better, not worse. Like, I feel like they should be getting more to my size, but I feel like the longer I wear these, the more uncomfortable they get. I've had these for years, though. I've had these for 4 years. These are good. I don't care what anyone says. These are the best 20 euro I ever spent. Best 20 euro I ever spent. Was that blue top still available? This one. This one. No. I was talking to her yesterday, the woman who makes the corsets, and she said there was two. There was the S to M and the XS to S, this one. Because she was like saying that I was lucky that I came when I did, because she put it aside for me, but someone came in and she tried it on and she really liked it. And she didn't know if I was going to come in and get it when I said I was. But she said I was lucky that I did text her, because she wouldn't have put it aside otherwise. What's the topic? The topic is it's time. It's the end of stream. That's the topic. But if you did enjoy the stream today, I would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it if you would 1, drop a follow, 2, drop a like. And I will be here tomorrow, and tomorrow we're doing a guess the frame. So I put these frames on the screen from like random TV shows, movies, games, and someone has to guess, who is Flynn, what the frame is, where it's from. Like, so last week we did bananas, so I had like a picture of a hand holding a banana, and Flynn had to guess what movie, TV show the frame was from. It's really fun. It's really fun. He really enjoyed it, and I just said it'd be fun to do it again. That's how I see it. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss that, please don't forget to drop a follow, because I will be doing that tomorrow instead of Friday. Don't forget to put in a confession for the chat confessions. I'll drop it in the chat here again real quick. There we go. There's the Google Documents. Thanks, Kieran. And if you want to put it in, so what that is since we just did the Am I the A-hole, you know what that is. So if you have your own Am I the A-hole story that you want to get an outside opinion on, I'm doing an anonymous one with the chat. So you can send in your ones and I will review them live on stream. And I thought it'd be really cool. It'd be a really fun thing to do. So that's what we're going to do on Friday. So we have to get enough for them. You look like a Disney princess. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Genuinely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm also going to be posting another video on YouTube tonight. So if you are following me on Twitch and you're new here today and you want to see my YouTube videos or my Instagram videos, and I also post pictures on Twitter, please don't forget to drop me a follow on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. It's a long fucking talk. But 1 second, I just want to scroll down and see something. Oh, no, we did it. Oh my god. Look, we did it. 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 We fucking did it. We did it. Oh. Oh. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you. Ferry! I made the 3 months. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank you guys. That means that we get to keep the 70-30 split for until August 2026. Oh my God. We did it. We fucking did it. We fucking did it. Fuck yeah. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy. I'm so happy. You have no idea how happy I am. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Everyone who subbed and helped us get here. I can't believe it's been 3 months since I started pushing that. That is fucking crazy. It doesn't feel like it's been 3 months. It's been 12 weeks. It feels like it's been like 6 weeks since I started pushing for that. But geez, thank you. We're gonna keep trying for new heights though. That's what we're gonna be trying to do, because we're at 2. We still have to get to 300 individual subs. I still want to reach this. I am trying so hard to reach this goal. And if we reach the 300 individual subs, I will do something super special for you guys. I'll either make a really cool poster or something, or I'll get a really cool like background image for like computer or your phone. Like I want to make you a specific merch if we get to 300 individual subs for my channel. Like we're at 240 individual people who have subscribed to my channel. So if you do enjoy my streams and you do like hanging out and watching, no, it's not tier incentive. This is like, it doesn't matter tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. Right now, as of today, there's 240 people who are subscribed to my Twitch. Like we reached over the goal. So we have 303 points for the 70-30 split. That's because it's counting in like 19 tier 3 subs and 4 tier 2 subs, if that makes sense. That's why there is more points, but this is how many there is individual people who are subscribed. So thank you to everyone who is individually subscribed. I really appreciate it. And I will try my best if we do get to, when we get to 300 individual subs, I will do something super cool. I will. I'm entirely certain what tier sub means, but it is amazing. Tier subs are there's a tier 1 sub, which is like a basic sub. Tier 2, can't remember actually. It says down in the description what I do for each sub, but I think I took it out actually because I wasn't following the things I was doing, so I didn't want to keep it there. But tier 1 subs, they get 1 anime NSFW picture a month. I know I'm behind on last month. I still have to send you those. I apologize. So I will get on that. Tier 2, I can't remember. I think tier 2 subs, if people sub, they like get higher priority in getting picked for games. And tier 3, they specifically what was for tier 3 was I did a bikini shoot in Greece last month, and everyone who was a tier 3 sub got the bikini shoot. If I do go away somewhere else, like, you know, somewhere that requires a bikini, I'll do another one. But until I do. But I just want to say, guys, thank you all so much to everyone that did get me there. Thank you guys that got us there. Got us there. Thank you so much. But I've made you get in the ocean before. Oh, my, I swear. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. They make the 70-30 split. We made it. We made it, Richard. We fucking made it. I don't have to worry about that for a while, thank God. But I'm going to keep trying to get to 300 individual subs. I'm going to have to think of something to get us here now that the 70-30 split, it doesn't matter anymore. I have to try and find a way to get us here. I guess I can start working on a poster. Or something. We can decide that this week. We can decide, since we're basically nearly there, we can decide on if you want one specific merch. What kind of merch would you like? I think that would be cool. But the calendar would be so hard to make. A poster would be easier to make than a calendar. But I digress. I'm starving, so I'm going to go and get something to eat. But I will see all of you tomorrow. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Be safe. Don't do anything silly. And we'll all be back here tomorrow for the Guess the Frame. Mwah. See you guys. Bye.